Flaherty, and once again, he's
Jack Flaherty.
Rutschman.
First pitch.
Start things out. First
Ball
pitch, just a little
down low.
and we're underway.
1.
85 degrees here in Baltimore this evening.
85 degrees in Baltimore, Maryland. HOUvsBAL out to left field.
And the leadoff hit for Jose Altuve stretches immediately.
Base hit for Jose Altuve.
You see Austin Hayes out in left field. Golden Cows are getting a start out in center field tonight. Santander in right field. Westberg, Henderson, Frazier, and O'Hearn around the infield. As you mentioned, Rutschman behind the plate.
Rutschman behind the plate.
Looking to get off to a good start here in Baltimore.
And you like this for Cowser, getting another start. He's trying to get his feet underneath him. His first game since Saturday. There's a strike.
There's a strike.
Third baseman for the Astros, again, in a little bit of a slump as of late. He broke out of an 0 for 15 yesterday. For Jack Flaherty, his first time seeing the Astros since 2019. Certainly a different pitcher.
Ball 1 outside.
Bregman 0 for 2 facing Flaherty. Do you take any stock? I mean, how many times do you think you have to see a guy before he kind of has figured it out?
Yeah, I think that from a hitting standpoint, you'd like to see a guy good, 5, 6,
1-1 pitch.
Bregman puts this one into center field.
Belts this one into center field.
Altuve will get chased back to first.
Houser makes the catch of number 1.
Take a look at the umpires for
Edward Moscow behind the plate. David Wycliffe first. Larry Vanko, the crew chief, push.
At third this evening.
As a pitcher, when you're facing guys for the first time, it really gets back to, for the most part, you have to go with your strength. And when you're facing guys that you haven't faced a lot, especially to start a game, you don't really know what your strength is because you don't really know what kind of stuff you have. Very rarely do you actually take what you have in the bullpen, come to the mound, to the game, and have the same command of stuff. Pitchers talk about it all the time where they have great stuff and great command in the bullpen, and they get out there from the first pitch on, they can't throw a strike, and they can't do anything. And vice versa, you have the terrible bullpen, you're like, man, I should probably tell the manager to start somebody else, I'm so bad. And you go out and throw a 2-hit shutout, so you just don't know.
Ball 1 outside.
Alvarez, and it's a fastball outside. And again, this is what you talked about. Can he sustain? He's throwing in at 96 right now.
Yes, there's no doubt. He's a little pumped up, and that'll kind of go away a little bit as he gets a couple more starts under his belt because he's not going to magically all of a sudden be a guy who throws 3
Strike 1
Call there on a cutter.
to Yordan
A couple
Alvarez.
issues. We just saw him exchange a baseball with Edwin Moscoso. One and a different one was kind of pointing out it didn't feel right to him. Takes a moment. He had something in his cleat. Good to go again. That's strike 2. So this looks like already off the bat it's going to be a little wider of the zone for Moscoso this evening.
Yeah, listen, if you're going to get that pitch, he's going to have to use that to his advantage. If he can actually throw that pitch where he wants to, and right there where Westman was sitting up. So, if you can widen that plate out a little bit, he's a better enough pitcher. He's going to take advantage of that.
2, swing and a miss, and down goes Yordan Alvarez on a fastball.
So I talked about he used a lot of fastballs low in the zone, but here, after throwing the breaking ball, the backdoor breaking ball, getting the call, he goes up, and it's a chase up and out. I thought the strike zone.
So it's 2 away. Still hanging out at first base for Kyle Tucker. He's greeted with some boos, and it's not hard to imagine why. Played the villain against the Orioles last night.
Well, he just had a terrific at-bat against Bautista and fouled off pitches. One just got just a little bit too much and wasn't able to be caught. And, he took some close pitches and fouled a couple off and finally got one to hit. So that was a veteran type of bat. There's no question about that.
1 up. He falls behind 2-0 to Tucker. The Astros, they're second in Major League Baseball. They have 9 grand slams on the year. Only the Dodgers lead with more. They have 11. And that's what's so tough. Again, they've been in second place all year long, playing second fiddle, but you still see those strikes for this team. He's going to throw back over, back in with the dive, goes Altuve. He's got 10 stolen bases on the year. Flaherty with the pitch.
Flaherty with the pitch. 2-0.
And now it's not called. That's ball 3. Go to that place twice, you get it twice. New batter, new rules.
Well, yeah, that too.
There he works back in. Back to the fastball for strike 1.
Yeah. Strike 1 to Kyle Tucker.
Pitch.
Tucker
out towards right field on the run goes Santander, and this one's into the stands.
That one's into the stands. 2-1, 2-0.
Jumps the Astros on the board again. A home run in the first inning. Back-to-back at bats.
Back-to-back at bats.
With round trippers, and it's 2-0 Houston.
2-0 Houston.
You could tell from some of the takes that he had in that at bat that he really is seeing the ball pretty good. You can see here a little bit of a cut fastball. He's got to throw a strike, and Tucker gets out in front just a little bit, and unfortunately, that ball comes back to him across maybe the outer half of the plate, and he's able to hit the ball out of the ballpark. So, yeah, right now, Tucker's on fire, so he's a guy that looks at the game anyway. You got to be very careful.
Ball
very
1,
careful
2.
Make sure that you don't give him anything that he can elevate.
Interesting too,
Conic.
mentioned he dropped usage on that slider significantly. That's what Tucker went after there. Take a look at the movement. It's the 1-0 to
McCormick, excuse me.
fires a strike going back to the fastball.
Yeah, I mean, you're really not thinking that it's a terrible pitch on 3-1 because it is a breaking ball.
Yeah.
It's kind of a fastball count. There is such a thing in baseball anymore. But it was elevated a little bit, so he was able to, stay up on the ball, get underneath of it, and hit the ball out of the ballpark. Of course, we've seen a lot of balls go out of the ballpark where he hit that one.
Two outs, the 1-2. Swing and a miss.
Strike 3. Sit down, Sonny boy.
McCormick's second strikeout for Flaherty, but the Astros with a home run in an early 2-0 lead.
Get SiriusXM for $5 a month for your first year, plus a free upgrade to our premium plan. It's time to enjoy the ride. Don't miss this great offer. Fees and taxes apply. See offer details. Subscribe at SiriusXM.com/now.
There's never a dull moment for the Nelsons. 5th generation Montana ranchers. Since 1868, they've been herding cattle, reeling in trout, and exploring Paradise Valley in their backyard. Here's to another 150 years of adventure. There's a story in every piece of land. Run with us on a John Deere Gator XUV and start telling yours.
We want it all. We want clean dishes and dry shirts. We want hot dogs and a body that doesn't look like it eats hot dogs. We want a trimmed tree and an unfractured coccyx.
Oh, my coccyx.
Sadly, we can't have it all, except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips, it's a game changer.
Yeah, well, that times to good friends, to the glasses that spark conversation, to the ideas that then pour out. Ours came from a night like that, and somehow survived the morning after to make our.
Well, the Orioles will be looking for an early response here after Houston gets things started with a 2-run home run tonight. There'll be a chance to take their swings on the Christian Javier.
This one decent playing. So he's not a guy that's really a too. Really related, but not that much higher than they have faced. In the end, the Orioles are going to have to do what they need to do.
We're going to go take a look at manager Brent Hyde's lineup for this evening with the Orioles. Adley Rutschman still in the leadoff spot.
Gunnar Henderson, Anthony Santander, Lionel Ryan Mountcastle, Adam Frazier, Austin Hayes, Jordan Westbrook, and
rounds out the lineup as Javier delivers. And Mrs. Wide.
Krause rounds it out.
One thing about this Orioles club is they score runs in bunches most of the time, and they've shown the ability to win games when they don't. But for the most part, this is a club that up and down the lineup is going to give any pitcher on the mound a tough time right there.
Well, that too.
You mentioned that they have a +9 run differential in the first inning, and it's so interesting because April was a little bit of last year's Orioles. They're going to wait till about the 5th inning to start scoring those runs. And they really found themselves here as of late, making sure they pile it on. It's another strike in from Javier at a 1-2 count. Tall. This one into the stands.
This one into the stands.
It started yesterday early on for the Orioles. Of course, it's going to be Adley Rutschman going right after Framber Valdez. Yeah, we don't really care about your no-hitter this year. Send this one out to Portland. You'll never see a guy more pumped to catch a home run ball in your life. It's Rutschman.
Rutschman shoots one down.
Just foul.
Just foul.
Breaking of hearts here. It's going to be a slow walk back.
Yeah, he's just, his at-bats and his approach is so good. And his ability right here, you see him just all the way, and he just kind of slaps it the other way. But he doesn't, I kind of say slaps it, but he hits the ball hard to all fields and has that power to be able to do that and drive the ball. Just misses there, of course, but that's why he's such a tough out.
1-2 again.
Oh, shit.
Breaking ball in the dirt.
Pushing ball in the damn dirt.
The eye of a veteran guy, especially when they feel like he came up. And that's just so rare to see such a young player have that presence at the plate.
Even count.
Even count.
Foul ball.
Foul ball.
It's an interesting matchup tonight for Javier. He's called El Reptil. He's calm. He's slow and calculated. I guess you could picture like a lizard on a rock. 2-2.
2-2.
Dutchman, sky high.
Sky high. Chaz McCormick. Rutschman first triple on a fly ball blooper to left field. Bird bath cam is already getting wet. Come on in if you're watching the Pete McDivitt show. I'll be right back. I just go see Phil. Mine stick in the chat.
Not just for a catcher, but for any player on the field, pretty good runner. So he gets into third base, gives the Orioles an opportunity here to get another one back.
All right, let me know when you guys are like
in the books. Here's Gunnar Henderson.
Gunnar Henderson. Oh boy.
Strike one. Javier starts with the slider.
Let's go.
Talking about extra.
Let's go. Oh.
He is.
Let's go. Oh.
Which is tough.
Let's go. Oh. Let's go. Oh. It's right. One foul away. Javier's forcing slider, knuckle curve, change.
Still pretty good overall. You can see they're almost 60% forcing fastballs.
Almost 60% of them are forcing fastballs.
When you go up there, you can probably a little fastball most of the time. After 2 or 3 pitches, you're probably going to get one.
0-2. Henderson tries to check. They appeal up third, and he could not, according to Chris Guccione. Henderson not happy with that call.
Yeah, from up here, it didn't look like he went. The sign was not easy. Well, that's close. Could have been either
So it's one out for Santander.
One out
On the
for
left side.
Santander.
That's well high, ball one.
That's right, ball one.
So he's stuck exclusively with sliders against Gunner.
He did look, and every
Yeah.
pitcher now, you know that they know what you're doing. So sometimes as a pitcher,
1-0.
you have to mix it up a little bit.
Want to know the count.
What your norms are. You have to try to be, not so predictable. So therefore, he knows his percentages, a high percentage of throwing a lot of receiver fastball. He knows they know. So therefore, in that situation, he felt comfortable throwing a lot of breaking balls that he could either
Oh, boy.
that the hitters would be looking fastball and
2-0. Pitch coming on.
2-0.
Ball 3.
On again. Gunner right now, still really good odds. Again, looking at that rookie of the year, especially now that Josh Young is out for the Texas Rangers, they don't even know if he'll be back this season.
3-0 pitch.
Hadley still hanging out at third. 3-0. Back our way.
Fouled back towards the broadcast booth.
Go ahead and take a look at the Houston defense here. Again, Chaz McCormick. We just
Chaz
saw him
McCormick,
out on left. Mauricio Dubon anchoring in center field. Kyle Tucker in right.
Tucker and right.
Around the infield,
Alex Bledman, Pena, Altuve, Martin Maldonado behind the plate.
2 home runs and as many at-bats against the Orioles this series. 3-1. High out towards right field. Launch angle of 1,000,000 and foul.
Wow.
That one might be in a warehouse if it got down a little lower. 41 degree. Shot into the sky.
41-degree launch angle.
Looking to be just satisfied enough to drive in Rushman. He wants to drive himself in as well.
He's in an 0 for 7, which is enough of a slump for Santander. He's not in them very often. So he's driven in 11 of 19 at third, 294 with runners in scoring position in general. Payoff.
Yeah,
And he misses.
he misses.
Javier sets down. Santander goes back to
He
a slider.
sits down. Javier,
Javier, and it's
Anthony Santander.
Backs up down the strike zone. Of course, as a hitter 3-2, you're anticipating the strike. You're looking for a strike, and yes, if it's a ball you want to lay off on, but that's a pitch that probably breaks a little bit more than normally, but Javier got under it a little bit, so it didn't break as much as Santander thought it was going to. Therefore, he ends up looking like he traces a bad pitch, which he did.
O'Hearn ready, and it's outside for ball 1.
I'll be right back. I have to put this on the.
For O'Hearn. Take a look at 307 average.
Just like
dogged determination that he's staying up with
this.
So far, those
So you
numbers.
guys can still hear the stream.
Made them pretty hard to argue. 1-0.
Go O's. Start
Just
1,
catches.
2,
Goes back to the slider,
1,
down to
line
second.
on.
So he'll slip that outside corner, maybe 3-4 inches off of this going to get this good. And that's good and bad for both the hitter and the pitcher, because as a pitcher you want to go to it and get it if you have to, but you're not sure he's going to call it in the same way from the hitting standpoint. They're not sure whether you're going to call it or not, so sometimes they may chase a pitch out of the zone, not realizing that the umpire's going to be very consistent. Again, this is the first inning that the umpire is trying to learn the strike zone himself as far as how the ball's coming out of the hand, the breaking pitches, trying to follow them and figure out whether they're in the zone or staying in the zone or looking at they're going to be in the zone and going out like a hitter would follow the same type of pitch.
2-1 foul back, count leaving up.
We have tendency. I mean, I know I've always been hard on umpire, but I have tendency to be really tough on the umpires. It's a tough job, especially now. Almost everybody's throwing, 94 to 100 miles per hour, and nasty splitters and breaking balls. And it's not an easy job, but overall, the hitters and the umpires are all trying to figure out what their zone is.
2-2. This one rocketed, but foul to left. And that's really it at the end of the day. You can have a call that's outside as long as it's consistently the same.
Yeah, because everybody's looking for that. In the end, they want to. I just need to know if it's going to be a strike or a ball. whether it is a strike or a board ball, according to the computer, that doesn't matter. It's a matter of, is the umpire going to call it a strike or a ball? And at some point in time in the game, then everybody needs to know, okay, that's the strike zone.
2-2 and another foul ball back. And you do like this here for the Orioles. Already working up Javier to 23 pitches this inning. A long battle for Rutschman before he ended up with a triple.
Yeah, it'd be a shame that they're not able to cash in here, but then sometimes you got to tip your cap to the pitcher out there. He's got a couple strikeouts in the process here. He's kind of going against what his known for. He's throwing a lot of breaking balls in these at-bats.
2-2 pitch and a bouncer off the chest of Maldonado, but it goes exactly back towards Rutschman, so he's not going to get even a thought to advance. Rutschman forced 8 against Javier. O'Hearn will now do the same. Now Castle on deck. O'Hearn can reach. Payoff. Heads up. Smoke dugout getting one back their way.
Another breaking ball.
Orioles looking to answer back after Houston jumped out with a first inning home run. Pitch number 9. Another foul ball. Some better adjustments for O'Hearn this year. He's more upright. He's not slouching over and kind of crunched in on himself going through his swing. He can get to inside pitches easier. And he said the reps also help, as you can imagine.
He's been a good player so far for the Orioles. There's no question. He's been a big boost.
3-2 again. O'Hearn heading out to left field. McCormick playing back, and he's got it. Orioles response spoiled here. We head to the second inning. Houston up 2-0.
Celebrate NFM's anniversary with everything on sale. Right now, shop great savings on new flooring. Shop our huge in-stock flooring selection and unmatched prices all in one store. Right now, get 10% off the current price of all hard surface flooring. Plus, get 50% off installation when you purchase Mannington hardwood flooring, including measurement, delivery, standard installation, basic furniture move, removal and haul away, and more. And budget-friendly 24-month financing is available. Big selection, big savings. NFM.
I love to drive. It's my me time. Nothing can ruin it, except for a car breakdown. That's why I called CarShield. CarShield has plans that help cover major parts and systems for out-of-warranty vehicles. So when they break down, you're not the one stuck with the bill. Do yourself a favor and call CarShield to get America's most trusted auto protection before your car breaks down.
Click or call now to save on expensive auto repairs before your car breaks down.
When you drive a Ram, summer is more than a season. It's an opportunity to load up on more toys, to stop looking for fun and be the one who brings it, and to make every day.
Earlier today, members of the Orioles training staff, along with the Taylor Hooten Foundation, hosted a play clinic for children from the South Baltimore Baseball Little League. Part of the clinic, the Little Leaguers completed drills, learned about the importance of proper nutrition, the dangers of taking steroids, and participated in a Q&A with an Orioles player. Play uses the appeal of Major League Baseball to promote a lifetime of activity for youth, helping to fight steroid abuse and educate young people about the dangers of steroids. The Taylor Hooten Foundation is a nonprofit organization focused on educating youth and their adult influencers about the truths of appearance and performance-enhancing substances. Fantastic outing for them today as Jose Abreu takes a first pitch strike from Jack Flaherty. You know that's going to be a special day for them. They got to come out on the big league field, stretch like the big leaguers do. 0-1.
Every time I go down to the field, I'm still marveled at the beauty of the field, just what it's like to look out at a Major League Baseball field. I can't imagine. I mean, I never at 9, 10, 11, 12 years old got an opportunity to do that, only from the stands. I remember sitting in the bleachers at Memorial Stadium as a kid, as a junior Oriole, and looking out at Don Buford in left field and Paul Blair in center, like, look at those guys playing catch. They're throwing the ball 200 feet in the air and right to each other. It was like, how are they doing that? It was crazy. So for the kids to get a chance to go out on the field and throw the ball around with some of the current players and trainers, yeah, that's something we'll remember forever.
2-2 count for the Astros first baseman. So you were DJ Junior Oriole.
Oh, yeah, Junior Oriole. I remember the Geno Giant coupon that we got in the packet. Couldn't wait to go to Geno's. I didn't have a bumper to put a bumper sticker on it.
2-2, foul back. You don't have like a little Tykes car? Slide it on there?
Yeah, I didn't have a little Tykes.
Flintstones yourself around the driveway? Oh man, that's great. Small sample size again. Only a few Astros saw Jack Flaherty back in 2019. Abreu does have a home run off of him. 2-2 pitch inside. I don't know if Jack Flaherty was a junior anything, but his time at Harvard Westlake certainly meant a lot to him. That high school has been churning out big leaguers. Payoff. Abreu fouls this one back. Heads up for the fans.
So we've had a lot of long at bats. Orioles and the Astros both making the pitchers throw 4 or 5 pitches each.
It's the 8th. Abreu goes back up the middle. Diving attempt for Frazier, and he can't get to it. Another leadoff hit for the Astros. This time, Jose Abreu.
Yeah, 3-2 count, so he's going to come in there. Of course, Abreu's got some power, but he's going to end up keeping the ball down. He just hooks up the middle, so ball was hit pretty hard. You can see the effort there by Frazier.
He's had some tough ones this year. That one came back at 97. You can see that thumb taped up. Brandon and I talking about the fact that he had some soreness going on. Pitch to Jeremy Pena. Big take. Going for the moon and strike one.
Yeah, I think he was selling out on a fastball there and got a little cutter or a breaking ball slider maybe.
And that gets the call. Changes it up with a slider and works ahead. Two, and he gets Pena. The curveball again for Flaherty, his 3rd strikeout of the evening, and that pitch has been his best all year.
Yeah, well, that's a great pitch because 0-2, the hitter's got to protect. You can see here, he gets on top of it. The knuckle goes down more, a little bit slower, a little bit more break. You can see the head of the bat, but he actually did a decent job waiting on it a little bit. But because the ball was so far down, he wasn't able to make contact. And you see Rutschman dropping and blocking, just 6 foot right there, keep the ball in front. He's out anyway, but you don't want the runner to advance there and keep the double play in there.
Mauricio Dubon. He's been kind of moving in and out of the outfield and shortstop spot. Flaherty brings home a strike and the count evens. Pena was the heir apparent after Carlos Correa left, and then he kind of had some sophomore struggles this year. Dubon's been the do anything Dusty Baker wants kind of guy. One. Another big chase. Fastball's inside.
He's down the previous 4 pitches. He's down with some little sliders and the curveball, and then he elevates the fastball at 94 up a little bit.
Definitely a more north-south kind of pitcher. One, two, and he hits Dubon. Fastball that dropped down to 90. What went wrong there?
Yeah, I don't know. He looked kind of under it so bad. I don't know whether he just didn't have a great grip on that, or what was going on, because it didn't look like it had any kind of sideways spin, like he was going to try to throw maybe a front door cover or a slider. It just totally gets away from him. But as you said, only at 90. I'm just wondering whether that pitch just kind of slipped out of his hand a little bit. No command, no velocity, nothing.
Definitely something that didn't connect. So now it's 2 aboard for Martin Maldonado. Pitch home, he gets underneath it, skied out. Into foul territory for Ryan O'Hearn and makes the catch with ease. Maryland Lottery's fast play home run richest contestant of the game, Tyler Tarantino from Pasadena, Maryland, has won $500 for being selected and will win $500 more for every Orioles home run hit tonight. Learn how to be the fast play contestant of the game and have one more chance to win $50,000 at emptylottery.com/home run. Tyler, fingers crossed for you this evening. The Orioles deliver another couple out of the park tonight. They got a few last night. Jose Altuve is outside. You always know when he's coming up.
Well, we'd like to have Tyler give me about $2,000.
That would, I'll take that.
Yeah, that would work.
I mean, I won't. Tyler will, but I'll take that on behalf of Tyler. Two out and 2 on. 1-0. Black, strike 1.
Altuve, he's such a tough out because his strike zone is so small, and he packs a lot of power too. He's not just a good hitter, but clearly he's had power throughout his career. So, he's a tough guy because he'll take the ball if you give it to him.
That's outside. 2. Yeah, really incredible the punch he kind of packs for the lineup. It has for a long time. 2-1. Rushman buries that one. It's ball 3. Quick retirement of Maldonado. Strikes out Pena on 3 pitches, but after some work to Abreu, he'll find his way out of the second inning.
Yeah, I don't know whether he's necessarily pitching around out too good, because I think he just doesn't want to give him too good of a pitch to hit and take his chances with right in the runs.
3-1 on the ground. This one gets past Gunnar Anderson. Hayes with the retrieval. The runner coming home. The throw is cut off. And it's another run for the Astros. They expand 3-0 on the Orioles. Jose Altuve with an RBI single.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because Abreu ran through the stop sign there. They were going to hold him up. It's a hard ground ball, of course. You see here, it's just, it's just kind of hitting the right spot. And right here, we'll probably get a view here. You see the third base coach is waiting, and then he holds him up. And Abreu didn't see him after he saw the go sign. He looked down, so he didn't see the hold sign and ended up running through it. So unfortunately, they ended up getting a run there.
Back to Gunnar Henderson at 102. Still looking for that final out and delivers a first pitch strike to Alex Bregman. Astros with 4 hits in this one. Flaherty comes home. Another breaking ball in the dirt. Nice stop for Rutschman. Duvall hanging out at second. He's got 6 stolen bases so far on the year. Right on the zone for a strike. Had 1-2. Bregman's been trying to feel more like himself lately, so they just had their tour to the White House 2 days ago, and everybody else had dress shoes. He wore Jordans. He said, I don't want to have sore feet tomorrow. Can't do it again. 2. That's low. Would you have been the flashy suit guy, or are you going more standard?
Yeah, well, I would have just tried to wear something that I didn't totally embarrass myself and my family and team. I'm not really sure what that would have been. I mean, if I'd asked for help, maybe that's my life.
There we go. Good idea. 2-2 inside. Funny hop backwards for Bregman, and the count runs full. Here's Flaherty now, who's already worked up to 44 pitches. And you're right, it's a pitcher's duel, but it's a laborious one. (3-2) foul back. So I guess what you're telling me is you're probably not going with Ben McDonald's camouflage Air Force Ones. Look.
That is correct. I'm not going camo.
The Orioles are dreaming. I've already seen some of them start their stuff in Seattle at the All-Star game this year. They'd like that next trip to be theirs. Payoff to Bregman, and it's low. Ball 4, and a walk loads the bases full of Astros here, trying to find the final out. It'll bring out Chris Holt.
Yeah, he's not missing by a lot, other than the hit by pitch, where I think the ball slipped out of his hand. He's made some quality pitches. Unfortunately, we've seen him foul off a couple of good pitches. We saw that there. Bregman fouls off a good fastball, 85 on the outside corner, down. Terrific pitch, but if he puts it in play, probably doesn't hit it hard anywhere, but he ends up just fouling it off, and then he throws the cutter or the slider, and ends up missing out of the zone. They're not chasing something out of the zone for him. So this could be obviously maybe the pitch count now. We're trying to be in for at least 5, if not 6 innings. He has a couple of quick innings after this. It'll be tough for him to do.
See the numbers there for Alvarez with the bases loaded. Hitting .350 since being reactivated from an oblique strain. Pitch. Foul back. Is there anything to, he showed up, he's on the road, you don't have a lot of time to think, you just go out there and you do what you do, versus you know it's your home debut, you've had a little more time, and all the overthinking, perhaps?
I don't think as a veteran guy, I think, once that first kind of couple batters was over, it was back to, okay, I'm in the moment, here's the pitch. But there is a little bit of a, getting used to situation with the catcher. I mean, he pitched, in St. Louis, he had a guy that, they knew what he was going to do. In certain situations, it just kind of flowed. And there's just nothing like that. Sometimes it can be mentally laborious on you trying to work with that other new catcher for him to call the game that you want and you feel comfortable with it. Many times, pitchers are out there, they're relying on the catcher to make good suggestions, even though in the end it's up to the pitcher what pitch he wants to throw and where he wants to try to throw.
Trying to work out of a bases loaded jam. He's got 2 outs. He'll reset. It'll be his 50th pitch. And he went 6 in Toronto with 92. 2-1. There's a strike, back up to 96.
I mean, he's locating his fastball really hard. Again, I'm still trying to figure out, I'm not exactly sure what the hit by pitch was, but in the end, he's really locating his fastball down really well, outside corner, inside pretty good. He's only missed where he got hurt with some of the breaking balls. And he actually made a pretty good pitch to Altuve. It's a breaking ball down in the zone, and Altuve just kind of yanked it far enough left out of the shortstop's position, and then they were getting into left field. He hit pretty hard. Still just a ground ball.
Crowd getting loud with 2 strikes. He comes home and outside.
Yeah, it is one. He's probably thinking this is the pitch. It's 97. It's off the plate. Right there, you just don't do that. And sometimes you fool the hitter enough to where they can't even pull the trigger, and that probably was the situation there with Alvarez. He just made just a great pitch. But he fooled the hitter, but then you get the call.
Back up the middle, right past Flaherty. Gunnar is there. The throw to first in time, and the Orioles in the Astros threat. They get one. Houston up 3-0.
Hello, welcome. Good morning, welcome to QT. Hola, bienvenido.
Welcome to QT.
At Quick Trip, you offer everything.
Actually, people that have never seen a quick trip, I'll see them take their phones and go like this.
I mean, have you seen our menus? But we have more than that. The people make the place. I'm a clerk trainer. I'm also a counselor and head chef. The warmth I experience here, I don't experience anywhere else. I can't go down the street and experience that same familiarity. QT, more than a gas station.
Fly to Paris, see the tower, smaller than you expected. Wait in line, see the Mona Lisa, smaller than you expected. Check in, see your room, bigger than you expected. Join One Key, where Gold and Platinum members get travel perks like room upgrades.
What is effort?
Early mornings, top listers offer 200 caps, baby.
Or perhaps it's putting in so much effort that to everyone else it just looks
Effortless. You can't bottle this stuff.
Orioles in-game interview is brought to you by Burger King. There are over 200,000 ways to have a Whopper. Oh, yeah. We love all those combinations, and we've seen, it feels like, as many pitches from a veteran and somebody the Orioles are so lucky to have this year in Kyle Gibson. Kyle, congratulations on 10 years in the big leagues.
Yeah, thank you very much, Tony. Appreciate that.
That's a tremendous feat. We know how few of you are able to reach that mark. Did you get any pregame celebrations?
Yeah, a nice surprise cake face that we normally say for birthdays, but we celebrated Hixie and I as well because ironically enough, Hixie's tomorrow. So we both went out there and they surprised us with a little cake face celebration. And then they had a nice picture for us that had a picture of each of us from each team that we played with so far. And then 10 years in the MLB. So, yeah, pretty cool.
Cal, what does that mean to be able to be in a club like that? Where now, over the last 2 years, it's kind of less than maybe 7 or 8% of big leaguers actually reach that 10-year plateau. What's that mean to you, sitting back and kind of thinking about that?
Honestly, it's something that I never really had on the list that I wanted to do. I didn't set out to do it. It's something that I feel like for me, just, thankfully ended up happening. I was having a conversation with my wife just a couple off seasons ago, just about where we were at that point. And I said, we all had this idea that we're going to get drafted and have this really long career, play 10, 15 years in the big leagues and accomplish all these things. But for me, I had a lot of ups and downs. And there was a lot of points in my career where I was really just hoping that it was going to happen. I was hoping I'd make it through the next year, hoping to make the team in spring training. And there was just enough doubt in the back of my mind that, who knows what's going to happen. But very thankful to be here. Have a lot of really cool people reach out and send text message, and just really thankful for all the teammates I've had and been able to accomplish a lot of cool things. But the people that I've been able to do it with make it that much more special.
You mentioned some really cool teammates. You've had a prolific list of battery mates over the years. You mentioned in particular Joe Mauer, who really stands out for you. What is his friendship and his ability to share a clubhouse with you men?
Yeah, he was still catching my first year when I got called up. I'm actually the last starter to throw to him. He came back in 2018 and caught the first pitch out of inning for a really cool moment. But he just had a really calming presence. Any of his mound visits, even when he came in from first base, he just had a way to have a conversation with you and make you forget about what was going on the bases and kind of lock you back in. So, Joe was one of the nicest human beings I've ever been around. He was the same guy every single day. And that was one thing that I learned from him was no matter if you're going good or going bad, you got to be the same guy and you got to bring that same personality to the team. because if you ride the wave of successes and failures in this game, you're going to be on this roller coaster of emotions the whole time.
Kyle, you mentioned Mauer, of course, a veteran guy at that time, and you're a rookie, but now you're one of the veteran guys, one of the few on this club. With this young pitching staff, kind of, when you signed, you kind of knew you were going to be that guy for this club. What's that kind of meant to you, and how have you kind of taken on that as having a relationship with some of those young guys, trying to help them through the things that you already know, how to handle those things?
Yeah, I was one of the only young guys on the starting staff in Minnesota, so I was surrounded by 3 or 4 veterans that really helped teach me the way to be a professional. Helped teach me that routine every 5 days. Mike Pelfrey, Kevin Correa, Phil Hughes, just guys that accomplished a lot in the game. So for me, it's cool to be able to hopefully be that presence for some of these guys. Sometimes, a lot of times they don't need it. You guys see how good they are on the mound already, and I just want to be a sounding board. If they have anything, they have any questions, I try to make myself available. But I'd like to think that I can help guys through some tough times because I've seen some adversity in my day.
As they're filling in right now for Tyler Wells and John Means on the interview hijinks right now. Now you've got a buddy across the way, Ryan Presley. He's also celebrating 10 years today. You two came up with the Twins in the same year. How wild is that this moment happens on this field right now?
Yeah, we so he was a Rule 5 and made the team out of spring training in 2013. And the next couple of years, I was up and down, he was up and down, and then he ended up passing me a little bit through one of those years. And I texted him when he was coming in town, and I just had realized that that we were still tied, identical service days, and just a really cool moment that I got to share with him, my daughter and wife, and maybe even my son and Rosalind, our second youngest daughter, made cupcakes the other day to celebrate 10 years. So I brought him and Hixie in a cupcake because, like I said, Hixie's tomorrow, and we were on the same team there for a couple of years too in Minnesota. So. The fact that it happens here in these 2 days, and these 2 guys are here, one's on my team and one's in the other dugout, is pretty cool.
So did you let them eat the cupcake? That one was for eating, not smashing, right?
Yeah, that was for eating. No, Presley and I sat in the tunnel and had a cupcake together. And then Hixie, I don't know if he's on a rehab diet or whatever. He wasn't too interested in eating a cupcake. I don't know. He had a lot of stuff to do, so maybe I'll just have to save it for him.
Well, outside of cupcakes and 10 years here, it's just phenomenal. You continue to make an impact every single place that you land. You got to just host your Swinging for Impact Top Golf event over the off day. A bunch of your Orioles teammates came out for this one, benefiting the city of Refuge. You guys, you look like you had a little bit of fun, and maybe Colton's questioning his swing, but got a chance to just continue to do some big work. And I know as the Vice President of Big League Impact, how much that's meant to you over the years.
Yeah, I was really thankful to see all these guys step up and come out because they really make the event special for the fans that came out. Really thankful for the people who donated to City of Refuge to come. And I think everybody had a lot of fun. So it's a special event that I've done now in 3 of the 4 cities through Texas. COVID kind of messed that up, but in 3 of the 4 cities we've been, we've done one. And Big League Impact has just done a really good job of hosting that event really doable in season. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I appreciate you being there and running MC for us that night. I think it went pretty smooth, so it was a lot of fun. And hopefully that impact for City of Refuge can have resounding effects there in South Baltimore through the Baltimore community.
Of course, we know you've got guys like Austin Hayes also involved in Big League Impact. You can check it out there, bigleagueimpact.org/allwinbaltimore. Hayes goes after a strike here. What has it been like this year? You feel fully settled in now. You look like you fit right at home from week 1 with these guys.
It's some really, really fun group. Obviously, they're really young and make things light and they're just as special.
4-6 4-7.
They're just a really special group. I think one thing that makes this group stand out is that they've played together for so long. Whether it was in the minor leagues or even the last 3 or 4 years, they've seen low times and they've seen now high times together, and I think that gives them a different connection. So they're really welcoming. Maybe they had to be welcoming to the older guys that the front office brought in, but they've been really welcoming for us, and it's been cool just to kind of see where I fit in. My goal wasn't to come here and impose my authority on this starting rotation and make things go my way. These guys have been together for a while, and I just wanted to find where I can fit in and find where I can maybe just supplement a little bit. So it's been fun seeing these routines that these guys have, like watching the starter warm up before the game. I've never done that at any place I've been. So when they asked me if I still wanted to do it, I said, guys, this is your deal. I'm just here doing it. So yeah, I'm in. Let's go do it.
What about some of the younger guys that this club has brought up now? You guys like Rushman and Gunner and Cowser, and some of these young guys that are just kind of getting their feet wet at the big league level. Yet here you guys sit in first place, really getting the job done. What's it like seeing some of these young position players come up and be so good?
It's everybody that asks me that. I just have to praise the player development department, because mentally it's one of the hardest things to kind of get over and get in the groove when you get up here. The mental side and how the game speeds up. Every one of these guys mentally are ready. You see guys come up and they struggle. Everybody struggles. Everybody struggles, but to be so locked in mentally is really impressive.
Well, Kyle, we appreciate everything that you have done in the clubhouse, in the community. Congratulations, 10 years in the big leagues, dude. It's amazing.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Celebrate NFM's anniversary with everything on sale. Right now, shop great savings on new flooring. Shop our huge in-stock flooring selection and unmatched prices, all in one store. Right now, get 10% off the current price of all hard surface flooring. Plus, get 50% off installation when you purchase Mannington hardwood flooring, including measurement, delivery, standard installation, basic furniture move, removal and haul away, and more. And budget-friendly 24-month financing is available. Big selection, big savings. NFM.
To combat the skyrocketing costs of car repairs, you need every advantage you can get. Your out-of-warranty vehicle could cost you thousands when it breaks down, unless you get the Car Shield Advantage. That's the power to protect yourself from expensive repair bills. Just call Car Shield before your car breaks down. Your out-of-warranty car needs protection through Car Shield, because with so many moving parts, a breakdown is going to happen.
Click or call now to save on expensive auto repairs before your car breaks down. What is effort?
Early mornings, top listers offer 200 caps, baby.
Or perhaps it's putting in so much effort that to everyone else it just looks
effortless. You can't bottle this stuff.
Subway refreshed their ingredients, their menu, and now they're slicing their meats fresh. That's why Legend Subway Series subs are preferred by this champ
and its future champ. Pros who are talking heads prefer fresh sliced turkey.
And pros who you.
Orioles Baseball Announcement is brought to you by PNC Bank, helping to make a difference. And by Royal Farms, real fresh, real fast. Orioles trying to jump back into this one. It's the Astros with a 3-0 lead. A stunning night in Baltimore, but you got to feel a little bit of luck right now. You got the big guy right behind home plate right now.
Yeah, hopefully. He's seen a couple games in his career and seen on that uniform a couple times. So it's a different night here because the weather in August is just gorgeous. And right now, you see here the ground ball with third and Westbrook throws him out. That's what we needed right now, because Flaherty needs a couple quick innings. If he doesn't have a couple 10 or 12 pitch innings, he's going to be out of this game before 5 innings.
We like a leadoff one pitch out. That's ideal. And it's so great to have Cal here over the weekend celebrating the 83 team. They didn't look like they had any fun at all.
Yeah, I had a chance to see some of the guys, Glenn Gulliver and Swaggerty, some of the guys that were lesser known players on that 83 team. Seen through the years at Orioles Dream Week when they had that. Yeah. So got to know some of those guys quite well. And so I came in and kind of crashed their party a little bit, seeing some of those guys go back. But that was a great year. Those guys had so much fun seeing each other. Some of them haven't seen each other in so long.
They look like they had a lot of fun. It's just good vibes. It's been good vibes all year for the Orioles.
It's funny, I was sitting there with Cal at the end, and it was just him and I. We were in the owners' booth at the end. He's like, DJ, he says, you were like 12 when we won the World Series. I'm like, Cal, I'm older than you are. I don't think you realize that I actually am older than
you're
him.
aging excellently, okay? That's what we're going off of here. 2-1. And a strike to Chas McCormick. And so, I mean, you two are really just racing each other here because Cal looks like he can still put on a uniform and crush home runs.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I am putting on a uniform a little bit on Sunday mornings, and it is painful. Great pitch here. This is what he needed. A couple good, first batter with the first pitch, and he makes a great pitch here. The breaking ball down the way, little cutter, just off the plate. McCormick goes after it. So hopefully he can get Abreu here quickly, get back in that dugout.
Single in the second inning for Abreu. As Flaherty delivers, it's fouled back. Oh, 1. That's outside. Abreu's still kind of trying to find his way a little bit. He was always a masher with the White Sox, who've been a little beleaguered this year. Quieter, 236 average. Pitch. Little dribbler back up. Flaherty's going to hold off Rutschman, gets it himself. How about you field your own position, Jack Flaherty? A 1-2-3 inning. And the Astros retire. They're looking for the Orioles to respond. We had the bottom of the third.
The all-new 2024 Chevy Trax. The possibilities are endless. The all-new Chevy Trax, starting at $21,495.
If you know luxury, it's not just affordable, it's rewarding. Satva Mattresses supports all types of sleepers with durable steel coils and plush organic cotton. Luxury is handcrafted in American factories and brought directly to you with our free in-home white glove delivery service, which is why over 90% of customers would recommend Satva to friends and family. Satva, luxury mattresses made affordable.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket. The reliability that I've had with Cricket, for me personally, is unmatched. And that's why I stick with them. Come for the price, stay for the service. Smile, they're on Cricket.
Great things happen when good friends get together. So grab a glass, amigo. Our tequila is your tequila. Our casa is your casa.
Hey, Northland neighbors, now's the time to call Steve's Heating and Cooling. You can save big on a new heating and cooling system. For a limited time, get an instant rebate from American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Up to $600 off qualifying units. American Standard.
Birdland in the biggest bobblehead yet. Felix Bautista, a.k.a. The Mountain, on August 26th at 7:05 when the O's take on the Colorado Rockies. Be one of the first 20,000 fans 15 and over in attendance to receive the Felix Bautista bobblehead. Get your tickets at Orioles.com/tickets. There's The Mountain. We somehow fit him in the dugout. I think we had to widen it this year. I want a 6'8" bobblehead. I want it in the booth, just lurking in the back the whole time. I think that'd be fantastic. First pitch to Colton Cowser's a breaking ball strike from Christian Javier. Cowser, his first start since Saturday, he went 1 for 3. You're slowly starting to see that bat come around for him as he's been adjusting to the big leagues.
Well, it's tough, and to be able, he didn't spend a lot of time in the minor leagues, and the time he spent there, he did well, and that's why he's up here. But it's going to take some time. Sometimes it takes a little longer for some other guys to get used to what's going on. And if you don't get off to a good start, things can start to weigh on you mentally, and you start to second guess yourself, and you wonder, do I belong there or not? And sometimes you just need a game where you go 2 for 2 or walk, or you hit a couple balls hard and you drop in, as opposed to being hit right at somebody. And all of a sudden, the next time you put your uniform on the next day, and all of a sudden you have a totally different attitude. You feel good about yourself, and you feel like you belong. And then your career can kind of take off a little bit. It's tough when you're struggling right here at the big league level.
He's hit 3-1. Foul back. And that's the amazing part is I wouldn't doubt for a moment that you feel that press at the plate trying to find your groove, but in the dugout, off the field, around the guys. Cowser is one of the best personalities you could ever see. Always goofy. I asked Adley once, I said, what's the difference in McKenna and Cowser in the dugouts? Because they're both kind of vocally charging this team. He said, they're both goobers. They're just different types of goobers. So payoff here to Cowser, and he gets set down on Javier fastball.
So earlier in the first couple innings, Javier went a lot of breaking balls. Here he comes back. We talked about he throws fastballs and almost 55-60%. He comes back there and throws the 94 on the outside half of the plate and just freezes Cowser. Tells me that Cowser was kind of looking for something else.
Adley Rutschman again. Right back to the breaking ball. Strike one. You're kind of waiting Javier to crack right now. He started out as a swingman for Houston before he worked full-time into the rotation. So that's outside. But his home numbers are way better. On the road, he has a 5.29 ERA. One. That's low. Orioles with just the one hit so far. It was Rutschman's triple to lead off the first inning. Big rip there for strike two. Just an awesome week for the Orioles to be home. Time here from Javier, the 2-2. Now back. Rutschman ready, the pitch. Ground ball back to first, picked by Brady, who's going to send it to Javier to cover, and they get it done. And to send it downstairs to Rob Long, and Gunnar Henderson walking up.
Elliot Dave, Gunnar Henderson is in rare air. Only 3 Orioles rookies since 1954 led the team in run score. Gunnar currently 62 runs. He leads the team, but he's been the quintessence of the phrase shopping wood. 189, 213, his highest batting average 320, 6 home runs, 16 RBI in June. But his lowest on-base percentage at the end of the month has been 315, and that was back in May. You look at his OPS each month: 659, 740, 994, 824 this month, 797 at the start of tonight's game. Even though he showed some numbers that may not have been the best, but all the advanced numbers that the Orioles score pop, Melanie and Dave, this guy's had more than a clue. He's been quite productive. And right now you can argue that he's the leader in the American League in the Rookie of the Year category.
Yeah, he absolutely is. And that's kind of what the preseason pundits had selected, was that it would be Gunnar. You watched him have to readjust to the league and figure some things out. And now that he's found it, and again, we just mentioned this earlier with Josh Young getting injured, it boosts him even more so.
And Melody, you know, like I do, we go in that clubhouse before the games, and you don't see these guys. It's not because they're avoiding you; they're putting in the work. And Gunnar Henderson probably puts in more work than anybody else in that clubhouse.
He does. He's invested. He's got his own batting cage in his backyard. His kid's locked in all the time. So after a brief delay here, finally deliver home, and that's a fastball high. Henderson, as of late, in a little home run battle with Santander. He's one back at 19. 2 outs and 1-0. It's a strike. But you take a look at what he's been able to do so far. I mean, these have just been coming by the droves lately.
Well, this it's just impressive. I mean, when you see him use the whole field, he has the type of power where he'll get the ball in the ballpark in any different direction. That allows you to hit for a higher average because you know you don't have to pull the ball to hit for power. So, you know, he's a big guy, he's a big, strong kid. And he didn't look, when he didn't hit the ground running right away. I mean, he didn't struggle for long, but he did struggle a little bit. So he went through that that little bit mentally that you got to go through.
Left side, picked up and thrown by Pena. No chance. So again, the Orioles beating out some plays here for the Astros, and Henderson reaches with 2 outs.
Yeah, so you can see here the ball, when Pena's playing up the middle, he's got to go to his backhand side. He's not going to be able to get anything on that play. It's not real close, but clearly if he's playing in a position where no shortstop will run that play, he's probably out. But Gunnar kind of smelled a hit right there, and he was going for it, bouncing down that line.
The Orioles can get some 2-out damage going with Santander. Team leader at 63 RBI. Here, his 65th pitch. Here it comes. High again. Back and over the net. Better numbers facing righties. Santander batting .258. He's got 52 of those 63 runs driven in. Two one. It's down low. Baltimore's Heart and Hustle Award winner. Wait to see the end of the season if he can take it home for the league. 3-1. And he loses Santander. Second free base allowed by Javier. Today moves Gunnar Henderson up to second. There's the second chance with a runner in scoring position, and O'Hearn with a chance to tie things up.
I think that you really see some of the maturity of Santander that we've seen through the years. There's some close pitches there. The power that he's had, swinging the bat, hit that big home run, long home run against the Mets recently. And he didn't chase anything. He was looking for a certain pitch in a certain spot. If he didn't get it, he wasn't going to swing, and he did, and he took the ball.
It's been between Adley's awareness of his zone and Santander's selectivity and hunt. It's been impressive. This one's outside. Henderson and Santander aboard the 1-1. Up and in. Matrix spin backwards, and O'Hearn's going to want a moment after that. Getting the buzz out of my brain for a second. Crowd wants it. Can O'Hearn deliver? Towards right, Tucker freezes, and with the catch high but not deep enough, Orioles still trailing Houston 3-0 after 3.
Celebrate NFM's anniversary with everything on sale. Right now, shop great savings on new flooring. Shop our huge in-stock flooring selection and unmatched prices all in one store. Right now, get 10% off the current price of all hard surface flooring. Plus, get 50% off installation when you purchase Mannington hardwood flooring, including measurement, delivery, standard installation, basic furniture move, removal and haul away, and more. And budget-friendly 24-month financing is available. Big selection, big savings. NFM.
To combat the skyrocketing cost of car repairs, you need every advantage you can get. Your out-of-warranty vehicle could cost you thousands when it breaks down. unless you get the Car Shield Advantage. That's the power to protect yourself from expensive repair bills. Just call Car Shield before your car breaks down. Your out-of-warranty car needs protection through Car Shield because with so many moving parts, a breakdown is going to happen.
Click or call now to save on expensive auto repairs before your car breaks down.
From the outside, companies just see a promising market on a map. At Country Club Bank, we see people. People who dream, dance, create, produce. And when they're moving in and moving up, and when they're growing and growing up, we'll be there. Because we live here too, and have for generations. Country Club Bank. Live, breathe, bank. Kansas City.
Marcus Moore, the founder of More Crunch Petrels, was at batting practice earlier today. Marcus, an Annapolis native, is just one of 10 autistic individuals in the U.S. who owns 100% of their business. The Orioles began selling More Crunch Pretzels in July. Fans can purchase them at market locations near first and third base. Marcus, for the first time, also got to walk around the concourse to see where his pretzels are sold in the ballpark. His goal is to grow More Crunch so he can hire other individuals with autism spectrum disorder and help them care for themselves. One of the many ways the Orioles support local community at Oriole Park. Really impressive initiative, and we've had to hold Dave back from eating both bags before we got to the city.
Again, something that may not have necessarily needed to be said, but that's okay.
But they're really, really good pretzels.
Very good, yeah. There
he is.
I have the Maryland crab, which means obviously there's Old Bay on these, and they taste good. Of course, I looked over, I thought we had the same thing, and you had the cinnamon.
Line drive, nice snag for Gunnar Henderson.
And as much as I'm a crab fan and Old Bay, I don't work out any of that. That's cinnamon sugar.
I'm a sharer. I will share. They're about as sweet as that catch right there.
Yeah, well, look, it's a line drive. I mean, he's on that. He thought it was a pretzel coming to him. Maybe a cinnamon sugar. And makes the drive and catch there. Makes the out.
And listen again, I will share these with you. I'm more of the plain or sweet variety. Now we're in between. Is this one back up the middle and Henderson can't get to it. First pitch hit for Mauricio Dubon. And an Astro aboard. Here's an updated look at Drew Goldfarb's FanDuel same game parlay picks. You can see Ryan Mountcastle, one or more singles this evening. Christian Javier, 4+ strikeouts. Either team wins by 3 runs or fewer. The Orioles then would like to go ahead and flip that score for the same game parlay on to +277 this evening. And I'm really sad that I'm calling this one because I just want to eat these. They smell really good. You gave a good scouting report, so I'll trust you. That'll be the inning break move there.
Yeah, you'll just see me, like, as the inning's going on, I'll be reaching over that. And then after the inning's over, you'll reach in and there'll be time for you to go ahead and have
Don't make me sad.
And there'll be none in there. So I
nice.
just want to make sure you're mentally prepared that when you reach in there, there's none in there.
A cage match for cinnamon sugar pretzels. They're worth it. Go check them out, guys. Again, More Crunch. Really, really excited to have them in the ballpark tonight. Martin Maldonado at an 0-1. They get 0-2.
And there's a whole bunch in this bag. I mean, you know, sometimes you get a bag of something that, like, you got all bag and there's not much in there. This thing is jam-packed with pretzels, so the money's right there.
You're going to go home and tell your family you had pretzels for dinner and dessert.
Well, I don't have to tell them now. They already know.
That's not bad. I approve of the decision. If Flaherty here can pretzel Maldonado up again, batting just 175. Two, and it's dropped. Gets just enough of it to see another pitch.
68 pitches now for Flaherty, so really would be beneficial if he can induce a double play ball here, get out of this inning with under 70 pitches.
0-2 again. Out back. Maldonado hasn't hit over 200 since 2020. It's his defense that's kind of his calling card. But again, they've been working on Yainer Diaz, who the Orioles saw last night in the DH spot. It's kind of the next comer for them. Over to first. Dumont back with the dive. Two again. And that time he can't hold up the bat. Flaherty with his 5th strikeout of the day. Back to the fastball. And 2 away.
We didn't see this as much in Toronto because he kept the ball down so well. He threw the good cutter and slider very effectively in Toronto. Got some key strikeouts. Coming in towards that ball game, kind of went the wrong direction. But that time there, he goes up with the fastball down the zone distance. Unable to check the swing.
Good strike to Rosanna Altuve. What does that do for a pitcher if you can vary your fastball from 93 to 97?
Yeah, that's a big deal. When you talk a mile or two, it's not that big a deal. You're talking 3, 4, maybe 5 miles an hour difference. On the same pitch. The hitter's trying to recognize what the pitch is, but of course he's trying to recognize what the velocity is as well.
One foul back.
So we talked about Kyle already, and we talked a lot about Jack Flaherty and his fastball being a little bit higher velocity than it was, say, at the beginning of this year and midway through the year with St. Louis. And you're thinking adrenaline a little bit along the way, but right now he's helping up there pretty good. He touched the 96, maybe 97 one time already today.
2 outs and Altuve down 0-2. Comes and he just pokes this one foul. And again, mentioning earlier the Harvard Westlake big league machine. It was Jack Flaherty, Giolito, and Max Fried at one point. I don't know if I want to play high school baseball against that rotation. So they still get together. They play their Thanksgiving Day football. Very close friends. Throw over to first again. Dumont back with a dive.
Another high school team that I would not have made.
There's the young kids. Harvard Westlake just had another first-round draft pick this year. They're still really close again. They also keep in touch with their old coach, Matt McClure, as well. 0-2. And Altuve goes down to a knee. Back-to-back strikeouts for Jack Flaherty. He sets down the Astros again.
Hey, it's the coach with the July Line Content Report. Sun's out, hot dog buns out. July is here, and season 3 is coming with it. The stars are bright on these hot summer nights because the All-Star Game is here, baby, and things are heating up with the Home Run Derby card. So don't forget your sunscreen. But wait, there's more. But I don't have time to explain. I'm late for my flight to Ibiza. I don't need a passport, I'm coach.
Rated E for everyone.
Yes, go.
Fourth inning is brought to you by your Baltimore area Toyota dealers. For legendary safety and reliability, choose Toyota and let's go places. The Orioles bats would like to send some baseball some places. Houston with a 3-0 lead. And again, another solid mid-week crowd coming out tonight. O's have been on a roll, still defending that first place spot in the AL East. Ryan Mountcastle sees a fastball outside.
Yeah, more than solid ground, though. You're right. I mean, I'm looking around here in the lower bowl from foul ball, full. Bleachers are looking full. I mean, upper deck all the way around, down to the left field foul ball. I mean, it's a great crowd here for Wednesday night.
One. There's one into the crowd. Ryan Mountcastle is extended to a 16-game on-base streak, trying to extend to a 10-game hitting streak. Hit .431 during that time. He sends this one back up the right side. There it is! 11 games, 107 ripped off the bat from Mountcastle. Leadoff single for the Orioles.
Yeah, when things weren't going well for Ryan, he ended up having the vertigo problem. He ends up going down to the minors. He comes back up. You're just hoping that you get that hit. He needs a hit. He needs something to happen for him positively. And I think the first hit that he got was a pitch hit. And I think it was a broken bat single to center field in a big situation. And then all that something, that confidence comes back and you feel good. He's been on a roll ever since.
Brandon Ides talked about how much they've needed him. And I mean, just what a bounty to have right now for the skipper this year. Just so many good options at almost every position. A 1 to Frazier, looper into the infield, and in comes Abreu over Altuve to make the out. Hey, those fans, you can cheer on the Orioles when they take on the Colorado Rockies on August 25th at 7:05. Get to the yard early. The first 15,000 fans, 15 and over, receive an Orioles wearable flag. Get your tickets today at Orioles.com/tickets. You know the whole bird bath will wear that flag with pride. Big flag love here in the state of Maryland. It's absolutely amazing. First to Austin Hayes is a curve up and in. Hayes reached a force out in the second. Does lead the O's with multi-hit games. Trying to answer against Christian Javier. Slow ball 2. With the 2-0, and he gets chased this time out of the zone with a fastball. It's that fastball that's become more effective this year, but he's actually dropped it down in velocity, which almost sounds backwards.
It's kind of weird, that ball. I don't think it cut, but it almost kind of looked like kind of crossfire a little bit because Austin saw something that he really liked.
2-1, Hayes lifts it out to right field. Back goes Kyle Tucker. It's in the stands. How do you do, Austin Hayes? A 2-run home run. His 10th of the year, and the Orioles blast their way back into this one. They cut the lead down to a run.
Too many times because he threw a great pitch to Austin just off the plate 2-0, and Austin kind of went after it. I think guessing he was going to get a fastball in a fastball count there, and he swings and misses. He comes back with the same pitch, it just wasn't in the same location, and Austin's all over that.
Jordan Westberg is in, and the first pitch foul. And take another look at this one.
Yeah, you can see there that fastball came back towards the middle of the plate. Austin put a great swing on it, pulls his hands and runs trying to pull it. Unless the bat had good ball drives away out of the ballpark there.
Well, you wanted a couple thousand this evening for Tyler Tarantino in the home run fast riches.
We're getting close.
Step of the way there. It's another 500. Maryland Lottery trying to push this one. Orioles getting back into the swing of things as Jordan Westberg on the ground. Jeremy Pena first. Westberg retired. Life here in the fourth for the Orioles, and it's Austin Hayes, who, if anything, the most gritty guy in that dugout.
It was all. I think we saw early on what Austin was going to be about. If he can stay healthy and stay on the field, he was going to be a productive, exciting player for the Orioles, and he has been that. Really, the power that he's shown, the hustle, and you mentioned the grit. I mean, he's kind of that blue collar type player. He gets dirty and just always seems to be a guy that's coming through for the Orioles. And the health was the key, and so far so good.
Down low to Colt Kepler. So in essence, he's a Baltimorean.
So to speak. And just look at him, and I was just so afraid after the first year, parts of 2 or 3 seasons, that he just seemed to be kind of snip-bit, or he just wasn't going to be able to stay healthy. It was just it was nothing ever major. It was something just kept him out for a couple weeks here, a month here, and a couple weeks there. He just never really could stay on the field, and just so good to see what he's actually able to do when he's healthy.
1-2 to Kowser. He punches it out to right field, but a little leap from Kyle Tucker takes this one out of the sky. But the Orioles back into it. A 2-run home run for Austin Hayes.
2-run homer for Austin Hayes. Who is here?
MLB The Show Legend Line. Ready to play?
Let's get it. Come on.
Nice.
20 commercials, folks.
That was sick. Man, you like that? Check out the new Storylines mode where you can play as one of the Negro League baseball legends.
Your voice sounds familiar. Do I know you?
Just call me the captain.
Celebrate NFM's anniversary with everything on sale. Right now, shop great savings on new flooring. Shop our huge in-stock flooring selection and unmatched prices, all in one store. Right now, get 10% off the current price of all hard surface flooring. Plus, get 50% off installation when you purchase Bennington hardwood flooring, including measurement, delivery, standard installation, basic furniture move, removal and haul away, and more. And budget-friendly 24-month financing is available. Big selection, big savings. NFM.
Rally House, shop every team in town. College and pro, come on, it's time to go.
Get ready for kickoff, KC. Rally House has the game day gear you're looking for, including Chiefs sideline gear and the latest college styles.
Kansas, Missouri, Kansas State, Chiefs and Royals make KC great. Rally House, Rally House. It's your city, it's your house, it's the Rally House.
Gear up in store and online at rallyhouse.com.
The Orioles donated more than 2,000 tickets to the Maryland Public Library System as part of their summer reading program, including 1,000 tickets for tonight's game. Participants from 21 county libraries, as well as staff from Maryland State Library and State Library for the Blind and Print Disabled, received tickets to tonight's game. Maryland Public Libraries provide more than free educational, entertainment, and cultural programs. This summer, libraries served more than 30,000 meals to Maryland children through their Food in the Summer program. Absolutely outstanding. They added the Baltimore City's Pratt Library more than 10,000 signups for their summer break Baltimore reading program. All participants got a free t-shirt and 1 free book through June, July, and August. Love to see that. Also love to see Jack Flaherty ahead of Alex Bregman already. 0-2. Austin Hayes, the 2-run home run, gets the Orioles back into this one. Punch foul back to the Astros dugout. Count remains.
Well, after the first 2 innings, of course, he threw a ton of pitches, and then he's able to come up with a couple quick innings. And there he is in the 5th inning at 77 pitches. So he's got an opportunity. If he can kind of get through this one quickly, and next thing you know, he's into the 6th inning.
2 again. Out towards right field. A tough play here. Santander tracks it down. Bregman's thinking too. The throw comes in, but with the bounce, it's short. A leadoff double for Alex Bregman, his first hit of the evening. And runner in scoring position for Houston.
Bregman's a guy that's around second, just cruising away. See what he's thinking too, but if Santander is able to have that ball come off the wall a little bit quicker, he might have a chance. But Santander set up for it and then ended up kind of hitting the wall and coming to stay there, so he had to go back out. Unable to play. So.
Chase for Alvarez, strike one. Rodon for a while with his knees have really been limited to only DH, and he would play left occasionally. In Houston, it's a lot smaller. Healthier though now, he's really been their primary left fielder. It's Chase again. Beautiful curveball. The 2 strikes, he'll take his time.
With our poor quality pitches away, because you don't want to give him something to pull, because next thing you know, he pulls the ball, even if he hits a ground ball and gets it out or a fly ball to right field, gives Bregman an opportunity to go to third and maybe score without the benefit of a hit. So you're trying to keep him to hit the ball to the left field.
Punch back up the middle. Flaherty thinks about second. An easy play to first. And Alvarez retired. Here are the FanDuel Live same game parlay as we take a look here. Adley Rutschman, 2+ hits. Gunnar Henderson, a home run. The payout plus 1,079. Like another Gunnar home run. Gets the people going.
That works for me.
Works for Tyler Tarantino. Some fun here. Oh, you love this. Baltimore has been pouring into Oriole Park at Camden Yards this year, and it's just made so much of a difference for the players, especially. They have loved seeing this place back out.
You just simply can't go anywhere in the Baltimore metropolitan area without everybody talking about the Orioles. It's fantastic that this club has performed the way they have, and all the fans are awesome.
And it's easy too, as there's a ball outside to Kyle Tucker, because not only is Brandon Hyde that player's manager, he's had their ear, they have been through the trenches together very early on his time here, but these are all guys as individuals that are so easy to root for too. And Jack Flaherty comes in, immediately fits in with this clubhouse.
Yeah, I think that, if you're a fan of a team, in the end, you really don't care whether it's a team that maybe like
3-2,
Houston with all the veteran guys and all the free
Jack
agents,
Flaherty
and then
still
they
out
still
there.
win, that's wonderful. But in the
5th
end,
inning.
with this young team,
2-0 count.
their future so bright.
You knew him.
I thought when they
Get that sub.
talked to him,
I stepped away from me to them for a while because I think there was something on the back. Yeah.
Maybe again with one pitch, get a ground ball and get out of this inning.
He's got 1 out so far. And Kyle Tucker with the intentional walk. Chaz McCormick grew up about 85 miles from Baltimore, Chester, PA, as he sends this one foul. But unfortunately for him, he grew up a Phillies fan, so the Orioles probably crushed his dreams back in the day. Already working through it. 84 pitches so far here in the 5th. You mentioned it. You'd like to see him for another round if he can find it here. One inside. It's been almost even with that fastball and slider so far tonight.
Yeah, good sinker there. A great pitch too. And unfortunately, they didn't swing at it. If we did, that would have been a great chance to get a ground ball.
Away, ball 2. McCormick struck out twice tonight so far. Flaherty going to the curve to get it both times. Orioles within a run and trying to hold it there. Now Flaherty will step off. .884 OPS, 47 RBI.
I gotta get something to drink.
Two one. That's right.
93 little cut. Because sometimes as a pitcher, you're like, oh man, I wanted you to swing at that. Because when you make a good pitch, especially down in zone, and with that type of velocity, most likely the hitter's going to be on top of that a little bit, so you're most likely getting the ground ball. But then, if he doesn't swing yet, you get the strike, but then you got to come back and make him another good pitch. And you see there, he missed with a breaking ball, and he did not go after, so now 3-2. Do you take a chance on maybe you get through a breaking ball and see if he fishes for it, gets a little anxious on a 3-2 count, expecting you to throw him a strike? Or do you go ahead and throw him a strike, but you throw a quality pitch down the zone, maybe a little bit better velo, and something that he may be a little late on?
Paid off to McCormick. And a foul ball. Westberg was on top of that one.
Breaking ball.
What's the count? 3-2 on.
Again, a matchup tonight of two guys who really got slow.
2 on, 1 out, 5th inning.
Javier called El Reptile for Flaherty, called by a coach, an insane knack for being cool under pressure. Which is never a bad thing.
Flaherty's about to throw his 90th pitch here, folks.
Bregman and Tucker aboard, 1 out, the payoff. And he gets it.
Right, I'm coming.
Strikeouts for Jack Flaherty. The fastball gets McCormick, his 3rd time setting him down this evening.
97 up in the zone there. Ball just come up and he chases the ball there. He's made some really good pitches throughout the course of the night, especially since that 2nd inning. And for him to come back and make that pitch in that situation, now you got to finish it off here. And Abreu up, another guy with some power. Get through this with 2 or 3 or 4 pitches and get off the field.
Pitch home. Going out to Abreu, ball 1. We said Jack Flaherty was one of the newer Orioles, and that's because the newest Oriole is currently warming up in the bullpen, Jacob Webb. Abreu, and Abreu could not get out of the way. They're going to call it a hit by pitch, and the base is loaded. So second misfire today for Flaherty. That one's really close. And for manager Brandon Hines, still taking the look back as Freddie Gonzalez is on the phone, and they're going to want another look at this one, and I really don't blame them, Dave.
Yeah, sometimes the umpire will hear something, because clearly the ball's going by so fast, they typically can't see it hit about her. So they're listening, and sometimes they'll hear something, and they may think that at that point that they may have hit them.
And home plate umpire Edwin Moscoso, crew chief Larry Vanover, we take another look. And I think this is a game of just the tiniest skin of your teeth, the hair off your knuckles. And you get the trial by Jumbotron going here. I don't know that hit him. Nothing shows any movement.
I'm just not so sure that anything's going to be definitive enough to overturn it. You have to have an angle, I think, that will actually show.
And Abreu didn't really sell it that much.
No, because again, when you're moving out of the way, your legs move in, then sometimes in that situation, it just kind of makes your hands away. You may not even feel it.
It was tough for the Orioles last night. They thought Mateo was safe at first at one point, thought they had an out at another. Brandon Hyde ultimately got ejected, but a close one here that the Orioles would love to have right now. Can we make a call on you?
I wouldn't.
Phone a friend? Long look at this one. And again, New York will go off of the Orioles' desired angle. They can pull up these angles on an iPad, go through them. The one that the Orioles want the most, that they think is the most incriminating, for lack of a better word, is the one that New York will start with before looking at all the other angles. They want to see what you saw and why they got called.
Yes, well, my thoughts if they don't have an angle that shows space between the ball and its land, they're not going to return. So it wasn't confirmed, it was stamped because they didn't see anything that could actually say that yes, it did hit him, or no, it didn't hit him. So they're just going to go on the field.
That's challenge lost in each of these first two games. Tough play there. It's bases loaded with 2 outs for Jeremy Pena. The bouncer off of Rutschman stays on top of it. Ball 1. Nice chase there from Pena on a slider, 1-1.
Yeah, great pitch there. More fastball count, so to speak. Pitchers behind 1-0, you got the bases loaded. You got to throw a strike. You don't only get in a situation where you go 2-0 or 3-0, and he throws a really good little cutter there.
Flaherty homeward. It's the strike right on the corner.
Same pitch.
Bases loaded, 2 outs. Flaherty escape again. He's going to take time back, readjusts the pitch calm in his calf. Moscoso wants to make sure that he's good.
So back-to-back, great location on both of those breaking balls. Does he go off with a 96, 97 fastball and see if he can get somebody opinion to chase, or does he go right back on the outside of the park?
2. A little too low.
Came back with the same pitch, but obviously missed it a bit down. Well, here's where you want to make it happen. 2-2. You don't want to give him a 3-2 count where the runners can take off from the pitch. So right here, you got to throw him a strike. They can get the ball in the play or swing and miss right here.
2 outs, 2-2. Foul ball for Jeremy Pena. Take a look at our Land Rover defensive play of the game in the 4th inning. How about you? Gunnar Henderson laying out for a line drive. It just doesn't get better. The kid goes to third short. He doesn't miss a step at all. That's presented by a defender. Rose trailing 3-2, 2-2. Yes, he got it. Jeremy Pena sent down 8 strikeouts for Jack Flaherty. He leaves the Astros loaded again. Orioles looking to tie this one up when we come back.
So left atrium, right atrium, Is that everybody? Robots not back under pressure. Am I right?
Connect your team with Zoom One, featuring team chat, phone, and more.
Take a peek at him from the stretch.
See if they get him in motion a little bit. You're just expecting these guys to run now.
Impressive lead at first base. He's going to go first.
He's gone. It's a throw. Grab the edge. It's on it. He tags. Great jump. Great throw.
Just outran it.
$10 Utah Street bleacher seats are available Monday through Thursday home games all season long, featuring a great view of center field and close to the excitement of Utah Street. Buy your tickets at Orioles.com/tickets. Maybe you catch a couple home run balls while you're out there. Orioles have had one so far from Austin Hayes. Looking for a little more damage. Backing up Jack Flaherty again gets out of 2 bases loaded jams against the Astros, and that's what you want when you go out and you trade for a guy who's had that postseason, that gritty veteran experience.
Yeah, he didn't let the whole thing crumble on him. You know, he didn't make great pitches, even though when he made a decent pitch and he ended up hitting the ball hard, a ground ball 1-2, he gets through and scores a run. So things weren't going in his direction, and next thing you know, he gets things together and pitches 3 quality innings and gets his club into the 5th or 5th inning only down by a run. So I'm not sure whether he's going to go out there again, but he's at 98 pitches I think right now. So he's got an opportunity to better get out there possibly.
Anthony Rutschman high into left. Time for Chas McCormick. Comes down with it. Rutschman retired 1 way. You can slowly start to see a little bit of the gas out of Javier's tires. That first pitch to Rutschman, just floated at 75 way up top. But it's held the Orioles roughly in check so far. Gunnar Henderson got a single off of him the last time up in the 3rd. Gives Chase elevated fastball.
You mentioned that his earned run average at home was just over 3, and on the road it's 2 runs higher. So you talked about that. That's a big difference between home and road. But right now he looks like he's feeling pretty comfortable out there. And aside from the 2-run homer by Hayes, he's done a nice job.
1. That's outside. Is there anything, did you ever feel a difference being at home, being on the road?
Not really. I really didn't feel different. Sometimes it was just a matter of a little bit of adjustment to the background of each ballpark along the way. And the mounds were pretty consistent for the most part. In the minor leagues, it was a little different. When I played in AAA, and the Dodgers were in Albuquerque. All the other teams had the mounds, and they were 10 inches. I think somewhere in Albuquerque, and the Dodgers forgot that after 1968, they lowered the mound from 15 to 10 because that mound was so high in Albuquerque. It was crazy. And it took sometimes 2 or 3 innings to get adjusted to that mound. But for the most part, the mounds are very consistent now throughout all professional baseball. So sometimes it's just visually the background that you see. Sometimes home plate looks a little closer or a little further away based on the ballpark where the stands are.
Back to Javier. Underhands to first. That's a close play, but Henderson out. Just barely got that one off in time.
Well, it shows Henderson's really hard all the way. No give up in here. So, yeah, he's out by about a half a step.
And that's what you love about him. Every single play. Hair's flying.
Well, and that's how you're supposed to play the game. And if you're a young guy at home, you're playing Little League, high school, college, whatever, go hard. I mean, you're going to get 3 or 4 at-bats every game. Run down the line as fast as you can. You never know. Somebody just, has a little trouble transferring from the glove to their hand and make a little bit of a bad toss underhanded or overhanded. The guy has to come off the bag and make an adjustment. And the last thing you want is go, man, I wish I would have ran hard. I would have been safe. And this guy hits a double or a home run, and you may have been on base when that happens. So, Just go all out all the time. Have fun with it. And be known as that guy who gives everything they got every time out there. You would hope that everybody's that guy, but everybody's not that guy.
Yeah.
So we point it out sometimes because everybody's not that guy. So we want to be that guy.
Rio to Santander, and he loses them again. Back-to-back walks for the right fielder. Hillickston, the inning for the Orioles. You can catch Orioles baseball anytime, anywhere on the Madison app. Watch games live, receive expert analysis, and player stats all in the palm of your hand. Don't miss a pitch. Download yours today. Definitely one to keep up with here as the Orioles trying to fight back into this series. Astros right now tracking Javier at 102 pitches as O'Hearn fouls this one back. O'Hearn had a chance in the third with 2 men aboard. Sent one out to right field instead. One, and that's a strike.
Last time he had a big swing, but he just caught it on the end of the bat and didn't quite catch it all. Ended up hitting that fly ball away.
0-2, roller on the left side, but right on top of it is Bregman. They'll make the play at second and get out of this one. Orioles still looking to fight back. They trail 3-2 into the sixth.
Hey, it's the coach with the July Line Content Report. July is here, and Season 3 is coming with it. The stars are bright on these hot summer nights because the All-Star Game is here, baby, and things are heating up at the Home Run Derby car. But wait, there's more. But I don't have time to explain. I'm late for my flight to Ibiza. I don't need a passport, I'm coach.
Rated E for everyone.
So winning to participate in the game here at Yankee Stadium. There's a drive. Center stares it down. It is home.
Gets a hitter. He is a 360.
Feet on missile for one solo.
Well, for Jack Flaherty, his day is done, and it's not that it was his best, but it was what the Orioles needed, gutting it through some impressive innings in the second and the fifth, leading the bases loaded, 8 strikeouts against Houston, and that's exactly how he finished them off to get the final out. I'm talking about a little PFPs too. That's always a good night.
Yeah, anytime that you're able to kind of get through and give yourself a chance to win, turn it over to the sixth inning, by not having your best stuff or not having your best command, that just shows the ability of a veteran that get out there and get the job done, and it shows that the younger guys make sure you do the same thing. You might not have your best stuff, gut it out, give them the best you got.
So it's time for the Jiffy Lube pitching change. You know Jiffy Lube for quick, convenient oil changes. Now we do services for brakes, batteries, and tires. Oil change and more, that's a job for Jiffy. So a new Oriole to a newer Oriole here, and you take a look at his season so far with the Angels after the Orioles just claimed him.
Yeah, I'm like, you're able to claim a guy like this? I mean, look at those numbers. Opponent batting average 197. I mean, it's yet to be seen how well he's going to pitch for the Orioles, but to be able to grab a guy like that with those type of numbers, very impressive look. He got mid-90s fastball, see it for a changeup, and sweeper there in the mid-80s. So I was excited once they claimed him, and I saw they got him. And I want to see him get an Orioles uniform and see what he's got, because his numbers overall, world champion with the Braves, and having the opportunity to, his numbers with the Angels weren't that bad. I'm like, are the Angels that good that they can give up on a guy like this? That was surprising.
Answer would be no.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess we'll go with what are we missing? What are we not seeing? But what I see in the numbers say that this guy's pretty good.
You mentioned those numbers. 91st percentile in fastball spin rate. And the impressive thing to me, and I tend to not go super deep into advanced analytics, but I do like looking at batting average and expected batting average. He's outperforming all of his expected numbers. He's limiting opponents beyond what anybody thought he would be doing this year, which just tells you how much better his stuff has been.
Yeah, and look, and in small sample sizes, those numbers can be deceiving. But in the end, he throws the ball over the plate, and the ball's in play. They don't get a lot of hits, so it's impressive so far. We'll take that with the strikeout.
Welcome to Baltimore, Jacob Webb. Strikeout of Mauricio Dubon for the first out.
I mean, he dots that right on the outside corner, a little bit of a side, not necessarily side arm, that arm angle, the way he lets it go at 3/4. That was impressive.
Some Dubon back in the dugout with his eyes popping out a little bit. Another ugly swing, this one from Maldonado. Outside, ball on a strike. Maldonado 0 for 2. He's popped up and struck out this evening. On the inside. Continually seen for General Manager Michael Eyes, staying aggressive when out got Shintaro Fujinami pretty early on to bolster that bullpen. And you mentioned it. It's not even a diamond in the rough. It's a diamond sitting outside on the table with Jacob Webb.
Yeah, I mean, when you claim somebody on waivers, in order for the Orioles to get him on waivers, every team in baseball, because the Orioles have the second best record in baseball, every team in baseball, except for the Braves, who have won one more game than the Orioles, would have had to pass on him. Because when you put a claim in, it goes to the team that has the worst record, and then going up from there. So the other teams were looking for this guy's got pretty good stuff.
Back-to-back strikeouts, fastball, and sweeper, and he'll hit Jose Altuve. For ball one. Altuve with a pair of singles in the first and second inning. Flaherty got him in the fourth with a strikeout. And these are just completely off-balance swings that he's getting.
Yeah, that's a changeup there. The ball goes straight down. Altuve's selling down on a fastball there on one-up count. He's thinking, if I get the fastball, I'm coming out of my shoes, and ends up looking like a fastball, and the ball just bottom comes out of it.
It's a pitch foul on the left. 1-2. Rafael Montero still warming for the Astros. We'll have a brief delay while the ball boy can track the ball down. One-two. Jose Altuve absolutely fooled. Couldn't Baltimore. Jacob Webb, he strikes out the side in the sixth. Orioles looking for this one when we come back in the bottom of the sixth.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are fresh ground beef, $2.77 for a 1-pound roll. Green seedless grapes, $1.48 a pound. And Frito-Lay party-sized snacks, only $3.49 each when you buy 3. All week long at Hy-Vee.
Wondering how you stack up? Well, get ready to bring your best stuff to MLB Pitch Hit and Run, the official youth skills competition of Major League Baseball. Sign up for free for a chance to play your way to the 2023 Pitch Hit and Run Finals at the World Series. Visit pitchhitrun.com today.
coach with the July Line Content Report. Sun's out, hot dog buns out. July is here, and season 3 is coming with it. The stars are bright on these hot summer nights because the All-Star game is here.
Well, some more news in Major League Baseball. Debuting the same day as Jack Flaherty after the trade deadline, Michael Lorenzen with the Phillies. His second appearance with his new team, and it's a no-hitter, defeating Washington 7-0. 9 innings, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts. Not bad.
124 pitches tonight for Lorenzen to get that no-hitter. So, yeah, congratulations to him. And you know, when you go to a new team, he won his first game and gave up 2 runs, and then he pitches a no-hitter. Pretty tough.
For Christian Javier, he's done after 105 pitches, 5 innings, 2 runs on 4 hits, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. So both starters out after 5 this evening. He'll give way to the right-handed pitcher, Rafael Montero.
Yeah, you see the ERA there is elevated from Montero. It's good stuff, though. I've been in 45 games already this year. So the strikeout numbers are there, 47 innings, and 51 strikeouts. So the batting average is fairly high. So when you do put it in play, you're hitting 275 off of it. You talk about batting average against some of the other guys in this game so far. And sometimes when you're 275 batting average, it's not awful, but that does mean that when they put it in play, they probably hit the
I'll get Ryan Mountcastle to start, and it's ball 1. Montero's ground ball rate is down over 10% this year. The fly ball rate is well up. You just mentioned the average. Does that give you any clue of what's going on?
Sometimes it's just a matter of teams adjusting to where, okay, if he used to have a really good ground ball rate, then most likely he was keeping the ball down well. So then you're like, okay, I'm going to try to make him elevate the ball. Because you have all this data now, and let's face it, teams are trying to use every little bit of data that they can find to get an edge. And if you know what a guy does and how he gets guys out the majority of the time, then you're going to try to defend that somehow. And if a guy has a great ground ball rate or pitches down his own a lot, then you're going to try to get your hitters to look. We've got to try to get this guy to elevate the ball a little bit more, because if you continue to swing at pitches that he's throwing down in the zone, he's probably going to continue to have the success that he's having. So you've got to make that guy bring that ball up a little bit if you can. And now if he brings that ball up a couple inches, now all of a sudden you may be hitting more line drives as opposed to ground balls.
It's well outside. Castle with a full count. Second of the evening for him after he had quite a foul ball battle with Javier in the second inning, where he worked to walk. Payoff. And Mountcastle thought he had a walk on the zone, on the screen, which for us it is what it is. It looked to be outside.
Yeah, it's showing there. And here again, this pitch is going by. The ball's probably about 2 or 3 inches off the plate. Unfortunately, that's where Maldonado was sitting, and sometimes you can fool the umpire by hitting the glove. Doesn't make it right, it just makes it that happens a lot when you do hit the glove. Many times the catcher can frame it and make that pitch look like it's a strike. But the overhead view was the best one there because we knew it wasn't high or low. It was just a matter of did it cover the plate, and the overhead view did show that pitch was off the plate by 2 or 3 inches.
Starting off inside with Adam Frazier. Popped up to first and third base so far this evening. Frazier already with a career high home runs at 13. As he lays off, that was too high, ball 1. Two, Frazier back up the middle. He can't put a glove on this one, and Frazier's going to be important with it. Montero trying to do his best to play it, and it would not be the case. And here comes Austin Hayes. Supermode is brought to you by Hyundai. It's your journey. Own every mile in a brand new Hyundai today. You're watch that already.
Okay, that ball comes back over the heart of the plate after just swinging and missing at a pitch that was just off the plate on the pitch before. He gets a pitch elevated and up out over the plate. He just drives that ball out of the ballpark for a 2-run homer. He knew it right away. Of course, most hitters do. When you hit the ball and hit it up in the air like that, you know you hit it good enough that it's going to carry out.
I'm pretty sure we could hear someone from the dugout go, "Oh yeah," the minute that got hit. Outside for ball 1. Hayes a chance to be here. The go-ahead run at the plate. Fuji warming up for the Orioles. Cionel Perez next to him. Foul back into the stands, 1-1. Montero digs back in the pitch. Looked inside and took a hard bounce off of Maldonado. Hayes will take his time. And really the team movement for the Orioles is that 2 strikes just slow everything down. 1-2. Swing and miss up top. Elevated fastball gets Austin Hayes. Second strikeout for Montero. 2 away.
Yeah, he just gets a little anxious there. Of course, with 2 strikes, you got to protect. And he goes up. You see Maldonado's calling for the pitch off his own. Montero's able to put that ball right where he wants it. Hayes not able to stay on top of that ball.
Up to Jordan Westberg if the Orioles are going to do anything here. Frazier still hanging out at first. Westberg had one of his best offensive careers as Frazier takes off. The throw to second base. And he's safe. Now Frazier steals his 8th base of the season. Altuve came on to cover and was not in time.
Yeah, he just takes off, and of course with 2 outs, you're going to try to take a chance and get yourself in scoring position. You see a good slide, stays on the bag there. Altuve has to kind of come up here in front of the bag to get the ball in the short hop so it doesn't go into center field.
1 out. Westberg high into left. McCormick in. And he makes the catch. No nice for the Orioles yet. They trail Houston 3-2 after 6.
Wondering how you stack up? Well, get ready to bring your best stuff to MLB Pitch Hit and Run, the official hit skills competition of Major League Baseball. Sign up for free for a chance to play your way to the 2023 Pitch Hit and Run Finals at the World Series. Visit pitchhitrun.com today.
Hey, it's the coach with the July Line Content Report. Sun's out, hot dog buns out. July is here, and season 3 is coming with it. The stars are bright on these hot summer nights because the All-Star Game is here, baby, and things are heating up with the Home Run Derby car. So don't forget your sunscreen. But wait, there's more. But I don't have time to explain. I'm late for my flight to Ibiza. I don't need a passport, I'm coach.
Rated E for everyone.
MLB update brought to you by PNC Bank, helping make a difference. Red Sox lead the Royals after 8. Yankees trail the White Sox after 4.
Rays lose to the Cardinals. That's huge. And the Blue Jays lead the Guardians after 8. Coming on O's Extra after the game. Jack Flaherty was Houdini-like in his 5 innings. He left trailing 3-2. Birds get a big clutch 2-run home run by Austin Hayes, but they will need more to complete the comeback. After the game, you'll hear from key players in the clubhouse as well as manager Brandon Hyde. O's Extra presented by PNC after the game. Melanie Newman, Dave Johnson now.
That's right, Ralph. Hopefully it's a happy O's Extra post-game show for you guys as Cionel Perez will take over. Jacob Webb, his Orioles debut, and it was perfect.
Yeah, I mean, look at what Webb did. That's, I was just still dumbfounded that a guy with that kind of stuff and a guy who was having some decent success was able to get through waivers all the way for the Orioles to be able to claim him and get him on their ball club. So he could end up being a huge pickup for the Orioles. And now Perez on the mound taking over for Webb is going to try to do everything he can here to get through the heart of the Astros lineup and keep this game right here where it is.
Alex Bregman for ball 2. Perez still kind of trying to find himself a little bit this year as you take a look at that arsenal. Still big on the 4-seam fastball, slider, sinker, curve. Bregman back up over the glove of Perez, and now this one kicks off of Frazier's glove, and Bregman's going to be safe aboard at first.
Yeah, it's not about stuff with Perez. Obviously, the numbers show that to be able to be the number 90. He's touched 99 already this year, but it comes down to command for him. This is unfortunate. The ball's hit just a 2-hopper up the middle there, and Frazier's probably not going to be able to make a play on it anyway. Even if he catches it, it's just hitting the right spot for a hitter. Just once you get past the pitcher, that ball's up the middle.
Leadoff single for Alex Bregman, his second hit of the day. Picks up Yordan Alvarez. Perez got his 4th win his last time out. That was against the Mets. He gets Alvarez to chase, strike 1.
They're very effective in that ball game. Close game, 2-0 win for the Orioles. And Perez came in for the inning of 3rd. That was good to see because they needed him at that point in time in that game.
3-2, 7th inning. Top of 7. Come on in. I've been going in and out all day, all night.
Favorite stack for Brandon Hyde. Bringing the small, punchy lefty, bringing the big righty after.
Yeah.
1 foul, 1-2.
1-2 the count.
And this might be a little personal for Perez. This is where his major league journey started, was with the Houston Astros. Of course, he was scouted by now current Orioles AGM, Yves Rosenbaum. And just the ups and downs. I mean, every
That's what I said.
Cuban defector who's in the game of baseball. So
Been live over 2 hours.
1-2, swung on. Alvarez set down. He goes after a slider from Perez.
Can't throw a better pitch than that. Of course, after a couple good fastballs in the mid-90s, and you throw a breaking pitch like this, you're going to see here from a center field camera perspective, that ball right there starts behind. Alvarez right there. It was off the plate by about maybe 7 or 8 inches, so you have no chance on that.
Here's Kyle Tucker.
Here's Kyle Tucker.
The fifth for Flaherty. Perez homeward. It's Chase. And you mentioned the close game with the Mets. Watching Perez getting to work back into those higher leverage situations now that it seems he's kind of found his stuff again.
Well, that too.
Yeah, because you're going to need him. So Brandon's got to put all the guys in high leverage situations. You get down
No!
here, less than 2 months to go.
I was up there for a while.
Every game here with the Rays and the
149 views on this stream. That's pretty damn good, folks. 6, top of 7, 3-2. Up off of Perez. Double play. Going to the bottom of 7. The Birds are down by 1.
Thousands of customers wrote about Carvana being smooth in their 5-star reviews.
If you're new here, make sure you hit that like button. We got 8 likes on the board. We need 2 more to reach our goal tonight, which is 10 likes. I'm surprised we got 8 likes here. I was really surprised when we hit 5. And then it just kept going and going and going and going and going. Going and 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 going. Oh, you guys get the gist. Stupid commercials. Sorry about all the damn commercials, folks, in this.
Takes a peek at him from the stretch.
See if they get him in motion a little bit. You're just expecting these guys to run now.
Wrestler lead at first base. He's going to go first.
He's going. Here's the throw. Grab the engines running the tag. Great jump. Great throw.
Big jump, good throw, yeah. It's been a great game. It's been a low-scoring game. Houston got 2 in the first, 1 in the second. And then Houston, the Birds got a 2-1 shot back in the fourth to make it 3-2 Houston. And it's been that way since. Silent commercials suck. Too much of this. Not enough. Kids cheer free. Bring the family, fans 9 and under free. Visit Orioles.com/kids free. Presented by Chick-fil-A. There's a few. 3-2. Birds. Hector Neris, 56-2 record, 23 holds, ERA 1.52 47 1 innings. Tomorrow there will be another game. Pete will call at 6:05. That's my question. Come on in, everybody. Say hello in the chat. Colton Cowles, 0-2. They're chanting, let's go, O's. Let's go, O's. Let's hit those likes. Let's hit those likes. We need 2 more likes to 10.
They're big bags. There's a lot of pretzels in there. I'm not complaining. No.
1 and 2 for Cowser. Pitch, Arsenal, full seam, Splitter, sinker, slider.
For Neris, a 1.52 ERA.
Did he go? Nope.
Down, they appeal the third.
2-2 the count. 2-2.
So far here, so the ball runs down away from the lefty. So you got to get it going if you're going to hit mid-90s fastball, and also it's a split going down the way.
Struck him out.
That one tough for Colton there. A strikeout from Hector Neris.
Yeah, in the back of your mind,
Cowser, go sit down after 6. I mean, swinging and missing on ball in the dirt. Adley Rutschman, switch hitter. He's batting from the left side of the plate. Takes a strike. He tripled in the first.
Orioles answered with 2 in the fourth.
0-1 fouled back. 0-2 the count. He's 1 for 3.
Harris, his baseball savant, it's red on almost everything. Strike rate, the way he approaches, the hard hit.
It's 9-1-2 coming up for them, the O's. Battle number 1, which is Adley Watchman, the catcher tonight. Rolls over 1. 4-3 put out. Jose Altuve throws them out to Jose Abreu. 2 outs. Oh, that too.
2 outs for the Orioles.
2 outs for the Orioles.
Pitch to Henderson, swung on and missed, strike 1.
Pitch to Henderson, swung on and missed.
Yeah, when the pitcher's got good command on that splitter like the Harris has right now, you're just hoping that somehow he makes a mistake either with that pitch or throws a fastball up in the zone that you can get the bat to the ball.
Ball on a strike.
With Houston, they've had some issues, had some starters get a little banged up. A big reason for them bringing Justin Verlander back home to Houston. The bullpen's not been one of them. 1-1.
1-1.
Again, strike 2.
Strike 2.
That's 3 splitters in a row. All 3 quality pitches.
Verlander, the Orioles miss him. He gets the first start of the next Houston series. 1-2.
1-2. Swing and miss. Strike 3. What? What? It's on the couch.
It's your personal companion for when you're at the ballpark, helping you with venue info, dining options, exclusive club offers, and so much more. And it's a great way to capture your visit by adding photos and memories from a fun-filled day at the game. Download the free MLB Ballpark app on the iOS App Store or Google Play today.
Shop every team in town.
Get ready for kickoff, JC. Rally House has the game day gear you're looking for, including Chiefs sideline gear and the latest college style.
Kansas, Missouri, Kansas State, Chiefs and Royals make KC great. Rally House, it's your city.
Gear up in store and online at rallyhouse.com.
What makes baseball even better? Shohei, more action. How about more steals, Acuna? More hits? Nestor? Okay, more hits? What if the games are just quicker?
Hang on, folks. I gotta go off camera again.
Let's check out the T-Mobile coverage cam. Jack Flaherty today getting a little spicy against Chas McCormick as he could not come up with an answer for him. Loveless gets him started out with the nut curve. He likes it. Don't change it.
Yeah, I just think that I think this was.
I'm working on it.
He just
Come on, I want the quote. Come on. White darts in there that you pick up.
Battery guy, he just made it. He mixed it up enough. It had the good velocity. It took a little bit
You want to help me with it?
I came down here for the reason. Why couldn't you just stay upstairs with me in the shower?
I knew you did that out.
With Patrick.
I know
I had
that.
to take care of her wound.
Previously this year.
They didn't come.
He did a terrific job trying to get over to the bullpen. So far, so good for the bullpen. You see here now Fujinami on the mound. Coming in and trying to pick up where he left off because he's been throwing the ball a couple times out.
You mean really well. Perfect against the Mets. 103.
Yeah. And it's as crazy as this sounds, it's like an easy 103. You know, Bautista, he comes in, 99 to 102, but Fuji looks like it's like, I'm just going to kind of play catch with the catcher at 102 and 103.
He'll get Chaz McCormick. And 3 strikeouts on him for the day facing
I will.
This is 100.
When? Once I can get out of the shower.
And for Fuji, you still see those moments where he's kind of finding his new team again, his first year.
Things you do for family, folks.
He came over from Oakland.
Fujinami, huh? 100 miles an hour. What?
He's got everything.
Yeah, he throws a lot of different pitches. I think he probably only needs to, probably could cut that down to about 3 pitches with the fastball that he has and come up with better command.
100. Fouled back.
100 consistently and get a little bit above that.
2-1 to count.
Your off-speed pitches don't have to be great. You just have to kind of locate them down in the zone a little bit to be very effective. And if you can show that you can throw these pitches down and get your fastball over consistently, you're going to be really, really good. So command's the key here.
Chaz McCormick sends this one.
Chaz McCormick sends this one deep. Leaping catch. Austin Hayes. Big sign for Fuji. No, sorry, indeed. You ain't hit one out on me, baby. That's what he says. Right past the 376 mark. 1 out. 101.
He just keeps going back. He takes a peek there. You saw him look down. Where's the warning track and jumps up and catches that ball. That's a big play there.
Right in front of his bullpen.
On 1 to count.
As well.
Back to back, 101 counts.
I mean, it's really, really hard to emphasize how great of a year Hayes is having. And you ask yourself, should he have been
Jose Abreu at the plate.
deserves to start at center field. Just a
That was some Gold Glove material sitting right there, ladies and gents. 0-2, 101 mile an hour.
Deserve to be on the team, but you can't have a 50-man roster. You know, at some point you have to cut it off. And the fan voting, and they will leave it in the hands of the fans to vote for the starters. And then you have to pick, and you have to have guys from each team, and it just ends up being a situation where somebody inevitably, there's going to be a couple guys that get left off. That's for sure.
He backed up that one there completely. Lets you know exactly what he's about. Again, the home run, the robbery. And now Fuji up 0-2 on a Brave.
Fuji up 0-2.
Fifth pitch.
99 mile an hour.
Shallow center field.
Fly ball. Shallow center field. Out. The call. Orioles baseball brought to you by MD Drive Easy MD. Well, we keep Maryland moving. Well, that too.
Dave Johnson, Rob Long here with you. It's the top of the 8th inning. 2 outs for Fuji.
2 outs for Fuji.
See the hitch and just misses with a sweeper for ball 1.
Sweeper just missed.
That's a reminder for fans as well that he was a starter his entire career in Japan. He came over to Oakland.
Jeremy Pena up the bat.
Going his way until they tried him out in the bullpen.
Catches his own, strike 1.
Yeah, and I think the knock on him was that you're trying to throw 7 or 8 different pitches and knock it down to 3 or 4 and make all of them more quality pitches and you get better command of them. And then you can always kind of expand back again if you want to. But yeah, he just didn't have the command that they felt that he needed to be a starting pitcher. And pitch count gets up, of course, more guys walk. Next thing you know, you're going 4 1/3 or 3 2/3 innings, and you're getting out of the game way too soon because you threw your pitch counts up too high, and then you're killing your bullpen.
2-1 and just like
Fuji thought he had strike 3 there, but it was ball 3. I mean, strike 2, I mean.
Orioles in that book later to see. There it is. Oh, and in pencil. I'm not good enough to do that. I mess up and my whole book looks like a disaster. 3-1.
3-1. Caught the paint. It was a strike. 101 right on the damn corner. Let's go, Birds. Hey, a pitch. Pena fouls it. 89 mile an hour cutter.
We're clean so far. This is the good news. See what we can write down here.
3-2. What the hell was that? I wasn't talking to you. Yeah. No. Fujinami upstairs for ball 1, 100.1 miles an hour. Dubon, he's 1 for 2. Pickoff attempt at first. 1-0. Ball outside.
Dubon, the first Honduran big league player. Very, very proud to represent his country. Came over from the Giants. Spelled a lot more at home under Dusty Baker's regime.
2. Ball outside. Come on. I'm going to be doing bull game. Okay, folks?
This is what you run into. This is the only problem that he has. And it's a big problem at times, of course, because it is to come in and they want to keep putting guys on base or giving them counts where they can look for the fastball and try and turn around 100 miles an hour.
Ron tried to sell it, but it's a strike. 3-1. This is where you're also reminded, too, thankful that the pitch comp system developed enough that it has multiple languages. Because right now, that's giving Fuji what he needs from Rutschman. 3-1.
3-1.
Another strike.
Yeah.
That's outside to Dubon. So he gets the first 2 outs. Back-to-back walks now as Pena and Dubon will reach. Here comes Bertol. We're headed to Oriole Park at Camden Yards this season. You can check out the Baltimore 410 All-Star menu. Hot dogs, pretzels, beverages, and more. All items are only $4 every game. Locations are available on the first and third baseline and upper deck. So home comes out. Fuji's translator Issei. This is where you see the back and forth. Holt and Rutschman kind of going in and out. Issei helping out. Fuji does understand pieces. He's worked really, really hard to learn English this year, but you still kind of need that medium.
Yeah, I talked about earlier in the first night or two how it seems to be somewhat of an easy 100, 101. So my thoughts are, is he just trying to be too fine? Is he just trying to not throw the ball down the middle? Yeah. There's nothing wrong with throwing the ball down the middle right now, especially when you throw 100. Some say, why don't you throw your fastball's got to move? Well, there may be some deception along the way. There's been many fastballs right down the middle of the plate, either taken for strikes, popped up, hit into double plays, line drive right at somebody. I mean, at some point in time, you just got to say, I'm taking my chances. I'm going to throw the ball over the plate. And if they hit it, they hit it at somebody. It's still a better chance than throwing ball 3, ball 4, and then giving them a base, and now all of a sudden, with one swing of the bat here, a double can really, put a damper on the mood of this ballpark right now. Or even a base hit to score a run after, issuing back-to-back walks.
Well, that too.
Fuji fell back from a 3-0 count against Dubon, up 2 strikes before he lost him. Just trying to find that final out here of the 8th. 2-0. HOUvsBAL pulls away. That's outside. Bauman still warming for the Orioles. He got up while Perez was initially pitching back in the 7th. Three-0.
3-0.
That's a strike.
That's a strike.
Hard-fought matchup this series. Potential playoff preview. 3-1.
3-1.
Strike 2.
Strike 2.
I'd throw it right there again if I could, that's for sure. I'll take my chances.
Crowd getting on their feet. Want to see Fuji put this one away. Pena at second, Dubon at first. 2 outs.
2 outs.
3-2.
3-2.
And that's high. Fuji not happy with himself as Maldonado walks the bases loaded.
Fuji.
He got to the first 2 outs, an amazing catch for Austin Hayes in left. And here comes Brandon Hyde.
Here comes Brandon Hyde.
A tough ending to the inning for Fuji. Orioles go back to the bullpen here at the top of the 8th.
Every bite better with Pepsi.
What makes baseball even better? Showing more action,
George, no comment.
more steals, more hits.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Mookie, more hits. What if the games are just quicker? The game has changed, and fans are saying, "Oh yeah."
MLB The Show Legend Live. Ready to play?
Let's get it.
Come on. Nice.
That was sick.
Orioles trailing the Astros 3-2 in the top of the 8th. We have seen the Orioles work out 2 bases loaded situations against Houston so far. Can Bauman get Fuji out of this one.
Well, I'd like to see Balvin be able to get out of this inning and then Orioles score 2 and be able to break it for the win. You see there he's 9-0. Some people would call a believer coming in who gives a lot of wins a vulture. But you know what? In order to be in that position to get the win, you got to get somebody out. So he's done a nice job of that. You can see 25 out of 40, so 63% stranded. It's tall order right here because puts yourself in a position now. You got a guy like Altuve coming up. With the bases loaded, you got no room for him. You've got to throw strikes. We talked about it before. Little guys got a lot of pop, small strike zones. So Balvin's going to come in and be really good, really quick.
It's the boost. As it's Jose Altuve again. You just set a tall task here. Bases loaded. And 2 outs for Altuve, a pair of singles, a pair of strikeouts. Trying to keep this a 1-run game within reach for the Orioles.
Bases are loaded, everybody.
You simply have to take your chances. You got to try to get ahead. He hits the ball. You hope he hits the ball at somebody.
2 outs.
Strike 1.
Strike 1. Jose Altuve at the plate.
35 average, 7 grand slams.
7 grand slams.
Houston is second in the league. 0-1.
0-1, bouncing it.
The guys will backhand short up by what's been looking there on third. You don't have time to drop and block. I mean, I hear all the time when a pitch like that gets away, it's a floater. You got to drop and block. You do a 93, you're not dropping and blocking on 93.
1-1.
1-1. Ball high. Bases are still loaded. Fujinami is responsible for all 3 men on base.
He wants to finish innings. He wants to prove he can actually work his way back into a rotation role. 2-1. Altuve pokes this one. This gets over the head of Ryan O'Hearn. One runner will score. The waiver out comes from Mauricio Dubon. The throw is going to go to third base, and it's not in time. It's a 2-run single for Jose Altuve.
It's a 2-1 single for Jose Altuve.
Yeah, unfortunately, Coleman makes a pretty good pitch, but you got to use a really good player who stays on that ball, doesn't try to pull it. You can see here, a good little cut fastball, and Altuve hits it right on the end of that. But he doesn't pull off of it. He pulls off of it, he swings and misses. But he doesn't. He stays on it. He's able to reach out and extend and hit it just on the end of the bat.
That's not what Baltimore wanted.
Easily, of course, with 2 outs and 1 fragile bats. Ballman needs to shut it down right here, though, and get him back in the dugout.
Alex Bregman now. First pitch high.
First pitch high.
Maldonado at third, Altuve at first.
Fujinami is still responsible for Maldonado at third.
For Houston, but they made it count. Altuve goes through his high pick from Rutschman to second. Not in time.
Not in time.
Of the year for Altuve.
Second, he stole another bag.
Even if Rutschman came up front, you can see Altuve was there. He was going to be safe even if it was a perfect throw.
Bauman trying to put an end to this.
11.
2-0.
High strike. Bregman at the plate.
Pitch. Bregman back up the middle.
Bregman. Ball 3-1 for Fuji.
Altuve gets the stop sign and he'll score. It's 2 runs. Another single for the Astros. This time off of Alex Bregman, and it's 7-2 Houston.
It's 7-2 Houston. So 3 of
Closes Fuji's line, and that's
Fuji's line. That closes Fuji's line.
Yeah, it's 97. It's up in the zone. Bregman doesn't try to do too much. It's a good swing on it. Serves it into center field there. Of course, without Toby stealing second, he's in scoring position, scores easily. And 2 more runs on the board. Bauman was coming in a tough spot. He made a great pitch to Altuve. Unfortunately, he got a really good hitter and was able to put that ball in play and serve it down the right field line. And then next thing you know, Bregman comes up and looking fastball, of course, in fastball count because Bauman's behind in the count and throws 97 up in the zone. 1 out.
Wow.
Breaking ball strike.
Breaking ball strike. Jordan Alvarez took a K in the first, 6-3 putout, 1-3 putout.
Right at first, pitch home, Alvarez.
Alvarez pops this one out.
Backtracking goes Henderson. He calls off Westberg, and now Tays, who calls off everybody. And
Tays calls off everybody.
Gets 4. Heading into the bottom of the 8th, and the Orioles looking for 5.
The O's are looking for a 5 spot.
See if they get him in motion a little bit. You're just expecting these guys to run down.
Westbrook lead at first base. He's going to go first.
He's going into throw. Bradley Edges running the tag. Safe. Great jump, great throw. Just outran it.
Well, yeah, that too.
This week's Hy-Vee Hot
I'll be eating lick back, everybody. I'm going to take a quick shower. Okay.
Hy-Vee shredded cheese, 3 for just $5. And Driscoll's blueberries, only $1.99 a pint. All week long in Hy-Vee.
The Orioles have to find a way to get at least one. They'll do it with Anthony Santander, who swings at the first pitch. He'll get one home. He'll get them all home. Anthony Santander serves up.
The Orioles hosted members of the Bennett Blazers. Kennedy Krieger Institute's adaptive sports team at batting practice today. The Bennett Blazers program offers year-round athletic opportunities for children with physical challenges starting at 2 years old. Last week, 11 members of the Bennett Blazers traveled to Alabama to compete in Move United Sports Junior National Championships. They placed first overall for the best team performance. Bennett Blazers competed in swimming, track, and field events, going up against more than 390 other athletes from 44 different teams. So congratulations to them. Wonderful to have them out here at the ballpark. And now, looking for another comeback win for the Orioles. They continue to be the best in the league, but it gets a little steeper now.
Yeah, it's a little steeper. I had pretty good confidence in them when they were down 3-0, 3-2. The Orioles can score runs all the way through their lineup, and they definitely play like with a never give up attitude. This is going to be a lot tougher to do right now. So right on the mound here for the Astros coming in trying to keep things right where they are. You can see his pitch arsenal there. Doesn't necessarily have overpowering stuff with the all-speed stuff. I say, but look at the overpowering fastball there with 97 on the four-seamer and the sinker. So that's just tremendous stuff. The all-speed stuff it can be average at times, but when you've got the ability to throw that high of a velocity fastball, if you can locate it, it does make the all-speed stuff much better. So tall order here for the Orioles against the Braves.
Strike to even the count to Santander, 1-1. He does have 8 scoreless appearances so far this year. Posted a 219 in July. Pitch home. So, Santander still looking for his first hit, pair of walks so far this evening. 2-1, big chase. Sent with the curve.
As I said, when you have that 97,
Man, I know that
as a hitter, they know you can throw strikes. They got to get that they got to get the bat going a little early, so therefore you're going to get full most of the off-speed stuff. So it comes down to command. Fuji was not able to throw his fastball over the plate. Therefore, they're going to take anything that looks close or possibly out of the zone.
2-2 comes back our way.
2-2, no out, bottom of 8. They're looking for in 5 spot.
Orioles cruised against the scuffling Mets. They've got their hands full with Houston. Outside, full count.
Well, heartbreaker last night, no question about that. Giving up the grand slam, but look, the Orioles have won their fair share. You talked about they won games. They're very good. You're going to play a good team. You're going to win some. You're going to lose some. They're all quit.
Headed for Santander, right side, ground ball, and perfectly placed. Leadoff hitter aboard for the Orioles. Let's see if they can build.
Yeah, it's right up the middle there. On 2 base, kind of pull a little bit. So the ball goes straightaway center field. Gets off the base hit, put a little pressure on Abreu.
Just keep stacking them one at a time. Pitch to O'Hearn. Strike one.
Yeah, you can't make it happen all at once, so it's a matter of taking a good at bat and the next man up, put another good at bat together and see what you can come up with. You don't have to get it all back right here. It's the 8th inning, put 2 or 3 runs on the board, get it close.
Gives chase, strike two. We had an old announcer that used to do the math by home run. So what you're going to do here is you get a walk, another hit, a grand slam, and then a solo home run, and there you go. You're right back in it. It's that easy. 0-2 out to right field and a foul ball. So the 9 Orioles with hits this evening. O'Hearn would like to add to that list. Pitch. Foul back. Brave tied in second for appearances for American League relievers. Is 0-2. Hearn tried to check his swing. They appeal to third. Guccione says he did. Another tough one for the Orioles here as O'Hearn is set down and it's one away.
Yeah, definitely right. You got to get it going or you're going to throw up for 90, so anything close, especially he's been throwing strikes, so you're anticipating another one. Tough to check the swing.
It's 100 way outside. Mountcastle didn't even give a thought about it. Chase for Mountcastle. Strike one. Mountcastle, a big catalyst for the Orioles so far as he's found his stride again since coming back off the IL. 1-1, up and out. Ray, that lean in look. Outside, ball 3. These are not close against Mountcastle.
No, they're not. He threw a good 1-0, and then he threw a great breaking ball and got the swing and miss by Mountcastle as he slowed down with the fastball and didn't get it. And then he missed with the next two pitches. Not even close.
3-1, and that's too far inside. Walk from Mountcastle, 2 aboard for the Orioles. Stream every out-of-market game live or on demand, now available at a new low price for the season starting at $59.99. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Santander at second, Mountcastle at first for Adam Frazier. Again, his first start back. Some tough plays on the field so far today. Snagged a single in the 6th off of Montero. Abreu. Slow. Well, no. Frazier couldn't hold his swing 1-1. Frazier 310 in his last 22 games. He's driven in 15. 1-1. That's inside. Gets to the postseason last year with Seattle. Like to get back there this year. Bring his buddy Austin Hayes into the mix. 2-1. They're in the dirt.
Dusty Baker's losing his mind. He gave him a 5-run lead, and now he can't finish that.
Josh Miller, the pitching coach, is going to come out and have a word. Yeah, you're right. Did not issue a pitch outside to Ryan O'Hearn at all. First pitch fell behind to Santander before he had a little battle, gave up a single. But these last two, Mountcastle and Frazier, just really not there at all.
Yeah, it just looks like he's trying to pitch too fine. It's like, again, down the middle at 97, when you have a 5-run lead, I mean, and the bottom line is that if your command's not great, then try to throw it down the middle. It's probably not going to land down the middle. It might be, we talk about that. Palmer used to talk about it all the time with Davey Johnson. Davey was playing second base. He called timeout and talked to McNally and said, why don't we go with the chance deviation theory? Try to throw it down the middle. The chances are it's going to deviate one way or the other. It's not going to be down the middle anyway. So it'll be a good pitch on the inside part or the outside part. And it's true because if your command is so good, you'd be blocking more the strikes over where you want. But since it's not, just try and throw it down the middle and take your chances that it runs or cuts and ends up being a strike. So now the Orioles are in business.
Bases loaded full of Orioles. Austin Hayes with a home run and a robbery. What a big moment from him. 1 out. Santander, Mountcastle, Frazier aboard. Abreu. Strike 1.
You can't throw a strike and then go with a great slider on the first pitch.
Pitch home. Gives chase over 2.
Better one because he got ahead at 1. So Hayes is looking for something down the middle of the plate. Out of the plate, got a pretty good swing on it. We'll get a good pitch until they start to swing.
This will take us time. Has yet to have a big league grand slam. Oh, 2. That's in the dirt. Bangs him out not a little bit as it rolls away. 0-1.
Yeah, I love the fact that he tried to pull the ball. Just looking at it, rotating, putting his swing on it.
1-2. Aces this one in the shallow right field, charging in. Kyle Tucker makes the catch, and now runner tags. They'll hold Santander as Tucker came in with it pretty quickly. 2 down.
Austin jammed himself a little bit there. Pitch was up in the zone. Got under a little bit, didn't drive it far enough to be able to advance the runners.
Beyond the rookie, Jordan Westberg. 0 for 3. He's popped up, ground out, and fly out. Orioles down by 5, but the bases loaded and a chance. Strike 1. It's outside, 1-1. OPS for Westberg. 11 RBI, 2 home run. 1-1. He swings down to an 8.
Birds are down by 5. They got the bases loaded. One swing.
Chance to extend his hit streak here. Came in today 10 for his last 27.
Well, that too.
It's been a nice boost to his numbers.
Westberg is 0 for 3.
2. Roll back up the middle, and right on top of his Abreu, he'll underhand to first, and the Orioles leave the bases loaded through 8. It's Houston 7-2.
It is showtime!
Well, that's good.
Zero down special financing with the K Jewelers credit card.
Rally House, shop every team in town. College and pro, come on, it's time to go.
Get ready for kickoff, KC. Rally House has the game day gear you're looking for, including Chiefs sideline gear and the latest college styles.
Kansas, Missouri, Kansas State, Chiefs and Royals make KC great. Rally House, Rally House. It's your city, it's your house, it's the Rally House.
Gear up in-store and online at Rally House.
The Scott Granite telecast is presented by the authority of the Orioles.
Yeah. We all know that. What?
Counts and descriptions of this game may
Ah,
not be
shut up.
without the express written consent.
Not you guys.
Oh, the little baby birds out at the park today. She loves to have an even bigger post-game smile. See the Orioles find their way out of this one. Loaded the bases.
Yeah, loaded the damn bases. And they can't do shit. Just like the Orioles.
Escapes the jam. Kyle
You guys
Tucker
want
racing
found Kansas City Royals. No offense for those people. Load the bases. You can't get out if you leave them loaded. With one's on. Well, I hate to tell you. Well.
Oh, 1. Another foul ball.
Another foul ball.
Tucker with a chance as he's caught a little bit of fire lately. Again, his 21st home run, 24 stolen bases. Looking out a 30 for 30 try. 0-2.
0-2.
And it's hard to believe that he can have 30 home runs and 30 stolen bases, but Altuve actually never has.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, that too.
1-2.
1-2.
On the ground.
Rolled over.
Back to Ryan O'Hearn.
Ryan O'Hearn takes him one up, one down.
Astros 56-11 when they score 4 or more runs. 47-16 when they score first. Orioles for the longest time were one of the rare teams that had a 500 record if the opponent scored ahead of them. It's not very easy to do. As McCormick, Bauman delivers high, ball 1. 0 for 4 day for him to get 3 strikeouts, and then Austin Hayes took it away against the bullpen wall. 1-0. McCormick into right field. This one's going to get down for a base hit. Santander has to try to get off the wall. McCormick digs in for a second. He'll slow. And it's a standing one-out double. Chas McCormick, his first hit of the evening.
See Bauman, a little cut fastball there. Ends up being right down the middle of the plate. Head down on it there, and McCormick just serves it down the right field line for the double. Hits up ball pretty hard. Over 100 miles per hour. Exit velocity. So
Hey, folks.
it was a cutter. Right down the middle.
Fastball for a strike to Jose Abreu. Hit by a pitch and a single with a run scored today.
It's a bobblehead. And I got from the Kansas City Royals. I'll bring it up here when I get back on camera. It's right here. Hang on, let me bring myself up. It's right here.
This is where Bauman really is so valuable because even regardless of the score, no one you can bring him out.
Number 4.
2, 3,
And we'll turn him around. A lot of action for Santander. But get back to this, gentlemen. He won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 gold gloves, 2 silver gloves awards. Okay?
He's going to play a big role down the stretch.
His name is Alex Gordon, outfielder for the Kansas City Royals. Former. Foul ball. Yeah, so this is what a bobblehead looks like. I got 3 of them in my house.
What am I doing?
He's like, I know
2 of them are Alex Gordon. 1 a Jose Salera bobblehead. 1 a Whit Merrifield bobblehead. So, yeah, I got 4 bobbleheads. Yeah. I will put this up on a mantle here, folks.
Ouch. Right 2 for Pena.
Right 2 for Pena. Put him up there. And 1 over there, bobblehead.
And now Bauman will step off. McCormick out at second. He's got 12 stolen bases on the season. Again, his first time reaching this evening. One, two.
1, 2. Yeah. I'm going.
Bauman ready as he comes home. Pena right side, and that's a base hit. Wave around for Chas McCormick as Bowser comes up with it. The throw is cut off. RBI single, Jeremy Pena. 8-2 Houston. Most faithful trying to cheer on and will. That final out, and Houston just finds a way to keep cutting.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing him up the middle, they're playing him the pool a little bit more, so he hits the ball right where the second baseman, for the most part, has played over 100 years, but the numbers say that they should play him up the middle a little bit more with the second baseman. It just didn't work out.
On with the foul ball. Bauman out in front. So now a 6-run deficit for the Orioles, and they'll have 3 outs to play with. 0-1. Outside. If anything, you like the trend for the Orioles. They haven't been swept in 75 series. That's creeping into some of the best in Major League Baseball history. 1-1.
1-1.
Sends this one off the end of that foul.
Sends this off the end of the bat. I'm going to take myself off a solo layout. 10 live over 3 hours, folks.
Second half schedule. They go on the road, a West Coast swing after this. They've got 2 of those left in the next month. Seattle, San Diego, and Oakland on tap. 1-2. Dubon, Chopper, back to Henderson.
Back to Henderson. Nice play.
And Gunnar draws it into the top of the 9th. Houston gets 1 more. Pena with an RBI single. Last call for the Orioles.
Hey, it's the coach with the July Line Content Report. July is here, and Season 3 is coming with it.
Well, that too.
The Stars are bright on these hot summer nights because the All-Star Game is here, baby, and things are heating up at the Home Run Derby car. But wait, there's more. But I don't have time to explain. I'm late for my flight to Ibiza. I don't need a passport, I'm coach.
Rated E for everyone.
What makes baseball even better? Showing more action. How about more steals, Acuna? More hits? Nestor? Okay, Mookie, more hits? What if the games are just quicker? The game has changed, and fans are saying, oh, yeah.
Bottom of the 9th inning, Orioles trailing the Astros 8-2 as Houston tacks on another run in the top of the inning. And you look back at the 8th for the Orioles. They loaded the bases with 1 out against Brian Abreu. But then he was able to pitch to contact, get out of it, left the bases loaded.
Yeah.
And now for Houston, turning things over to Kendall Graveman.
Kendall Graveman. 8 for 12. A save opportunity.
So they needed to pick up an arm, fortify the bullpen a little bit more.
12 blown, I think.
15.
Yeah. Simple slider, full seam.
Most of the time in Oakland.
Change curve.
As a starting pitcher out there. So the numbers are been pretty good for Braden. So he's a veteran guy. They picked up the 4 5 bullpen.
Came over, he had 8 saves under his belt with the White Sox this year. And a reminder that team hadn't been in a ton of those type of situations. So he starts things off here with the 9-hole hitter, Colt Kauser. It's inside.
Inside.
Orioles, the 2 runs, a 2-run home run for Austin Hayes back in the 4th. Made it a 1-run game at the time. Pitch home, Kauser fouls it back, 1-2.
1-2.
And it's tough when you look at it because The last 2 games against Houston. 10 runs in the last 2 innings.
One, two.
Out towards left center field. All around Chapman.
Chapman got it.
Back up from Dubon. Houser just shy of this one, tried to give it a ride.
Ha. Yeah.
Pitch to Adley, strike 1.
Pitch to Adley, strike 1.
And for him, started things off so great. The triple in the first inning, he's ground out twice and fly down. Graveman 0-1. Rutschman, right center field. That will get down for a base hit.
Right center field.
Tucker. It'll be Dubon to come up with it.
Dubon that comes up with it.
Single for Adley.
Pretty good running fastball, like Rain was down the road. His bet may have been a hero there. So like he cracked it right on the end of the bat.
It did. I think that's one of those, at least you got it hit. Hate to break one on a foul ball. Pitch to Gunnar Henderson. This one into left, and McCormick is there.
McCormick is there.
John McCormick getting his work here in the 9th inning. Orioles will be down to their last out. And Anthony Santander.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Outside. 1-0 for Graveman.
1-0 for Graveman.
Pair of walks and a single for Santander this evening.
Yeah.
Inside ball 2.
Just inside ball 2.
Ninth inning, Santander batting .226. 2-0.
Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
Fastball 2-1.
2-1.
Pitch.
Pitch fouled away.
Towards left, arcing foul. This one on the other side of the net. Count evens. Fourth reliever for the Astros this evening, and Orioles trying to find an answer.
Yeah.
Two-two. Swung on and missed. Santander struck
Game
out
over.
Kendall Graveman. And Houston takes the second game of the series.
Houston takes
To your final, Astros
takes
over
the second game of the series.
Orioles will look for a chance to redeem themselves tomorrow afternoon before they get away to the West Coast. Wrap this one up. You're watching the Orioles. Chris, send this one down to Rob Long.
Thanks a lot, Beverly. Jack Flaherty did his best stuff to get the bird in the game. Javier and the bullpen of the Astros shut down the Orioles. And we'll hear from
Peace, folks.
Presented by BNC is on deck.
Well.